corner.
And hello! Welcome to Solo Playthroughs. We got Narora Chapter 3 today. It's been a long time, about 2 months, but 2 months away from Cloudspire is not like 2 months away from any normal game. I swear, like getting through some quicksand to like get back into it. It's like, oh yeah, that's how this is all supposed to work. And every scenario presents a wildly different challenge in a way that I really dig. So here we are, checking the chat. Kareem beat me to it with the hello to you, sir. I know we have a little bit of a shadow over here. It's because I have the camera raised up to give you a decent view of 2/3 of the board. So most of the action is going to happen from here over, so I figured we get the additional camera up there, so at least you can get a sense of the size of the spires and stuff that we are going to have to take down. This is a really crazy scenario. I mean, it is in true chip theory game fashion. I have played this twice. I have more questions than I had when I started as to how some of the things are supposed to work. There are a lot of rule ambiguities. This scenario really pushes the I don't know, it pushes something. It pushes the complexity way up. You're doing a lot of possession mechanics. We have not only possession, but we have full-on conversion, people. That is going to take some like needing to really think through and making sure I'm getting all the rules right. If I have anything wrong, obviously I will definitely put that in a pinned comment. So if somebody sees something that has been clarified somewhere else, please let me know. I went through every BGG forum of FAQs about Narora 3 that I could find. There were some things that were made clearer, some things that were still left a bit ambiguous, at least for my taste. But you know, I really dig the scenario and what it's trying to do, and kind of the path it's pushing you down as we continue to explore our favorite Smurfs. And yes, I just call the Narora the Smurfs because, you know, I mean, it's not rocket science why I call them the Smurfs. It's just kind of a natural thing that I would do eventually. So I have everything laid out that the game's going to start with, including the Brawnen units. They're going to start the first round with a Battleborn and 2 dispatches. All 3 of those units have 3 health. We have a Lance Launcher that's over here. That Lance Launcher has 3 attack upgrades, a range upgrade, and a fortification. Another Lance Launcher here, same chips as the first one. We have 2 dispatch platforms. They both have an attack upgrade, 3 range upgrades, and an attack upgrade at the bottom. Same over here. And then the Siege Tower in the center has 2 attack upgrades, 2 range upgrades, and a fortification chip. So super fun things going on there. We are going to have to set up the rest of the landmark chips. I did put Anvase out here because I will indeed be using him from the very first jump. The very first, I don't know what I just tried to say there. From the first round, that is our starter hero. We have Kareem. Wow, small world. I'm doing this mission right now at wave 4. I wonder how you will interpret the event die when you get to construct a spire. Yes. I know it's really weird to me how bad they are at writing rulebooks, considering how good they are at making amazing games. It's just like, ugh, come on, dude. I played like I construct on their fortress well, but I am unsure. That's how I did it. And when the fortress well was full, I just stopped building with the event die. But yeah, lots of things that aren't great. Haha, the Smurfs are from Belgium like me. Excellent. Hello from Belgium. Hello in Belgium. I'm not, whatever. I was there a couple years ago. I need to go back because it was a freaking amazing trip that my wife and I had with our friends Tony and Jody. Anyway, let's shuffle these up a little bit. Remember, I have the swamp landmark chips and the other 2 kinds of landmarks. I don't even know the names of the other 2 separated out. There are 7 of each. We are going to put a swamp landmark chip here. So I'm going to roll a D8. I rolled a 7, so that would go there. Again, there were 6 swamp landmark chips in the base game, and then 1 extra one comes with portal sequels. I think that's how that went. Portal seekers. I don't know. I think it's sequels. That's not a thing. So that goes there. There are 6 swamp chips left. I rolled a 4. That will go here. Hopefully that is something that. Oop, that is not 4. That was 5, Greg. This is 4. So hopefully it is something that we can defeat with Anvase, because having him get an upgrade chip quick will be very important, and you'll see why. All right, so we have 20 or 19 landmark chips left. Let's get the rest of this set up. I'm going to put a landmark chip here. I rolled a 13, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, and 13 is going to go there. I have 18 landmark chips left. I need to put a landmark chip here. That's a 10, so 5 here. And this is going to go here. We have 17 left. That's a 16. This will go here. I'm going for here now. 16 left. That's an 18. Not helpful. 16. 15 left. I'm going to put 1 here. That's a 5. Get a swamp landmark chip there. 14 left. I rolled a 12. This will go here. And then the last one's going to go over here. 13 left. I rolled an 11. All right, so we got, I don't think we got anything. Oh, we got 1 from the middle, 3 swamp chippies, and 5 of the whatever those things are. Excellent. That's a great analysis for me. Whatever those things are, you heard it here first. We are going to now do what? I think that's about it. We're going to start with resource. Again, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but I will walk through all of the phases as we get into the first wave. Just wanted to get all the chips on the board that I could. I should go ahead and do a little bit of shuffling of the market chips. I played this scenario twice. First time was kind of just getting reacclimated to the game with all the craziness of the scenario. Did not go that well. Realized I was playing some rules wrong. Kind of quit in wave 5, and then the second time pulled off a 3 renown win. The market was actually very important in that. So you know, we'll see. Just definitely had some very lucky things go my way, and hopefully we can replicate that for the camera. So gonna shuffle the landmark, or the, what do they call these? The earthscapes. Shuffling a pile of neoprene is always a fun experience. That should be good enough, and we'll put this over here. So, story time with Greg. Narora, chapter 3. We have Malcolm GMS, interesting decisions with his faction. With the floppy sides and graveyard thing. Oh yeah. Kareem says okay. Well, searching forums for hours is part of the charm of the CTG game. It is. I mean, I could do with less time searching forums on CTG, especially for games that presumably I'm fairly experienced at. But I digress. Oh man. Anyway, all right. Narora chapter 3. Do you know what the euphoric machine? Let's try again. All right, go backwards. Here we go. Do you know what the euphoric machine is, Baza? Bidra asked quietly. Puzzled, Baza furrowed her brow. No, I heard you and Kithran talking about it, but Father Goodfall and I were talking about it. Yes, Bidra interjected. It was my idea. The people who made it used many of my concepts in its designs. I shouldn't be telling you this, but Brother Breadman will be using it shortly anyway. Essentially, it hones in on the source inside its user and detonates it, creating a purifying explosion that will be capable of leveling structures and armies in a manner not dissimilar to the Spire perimeter fire you've already seen, but much more efficient and quick. That sounds like an impressive display, Baza said, cautiously thinking about the perimeter fire and how she couldn't take her eyes off the pure white glow of the refractor spires. But why not entrust something with that much power to someone like you, the one who came up with the idea, the one with the love of the people? The source knows best, Bidra. It does not extend only to my service. I have appreciated the aid of the Grove Tenders during this time, but they are not true servants of the source, and Father Goodfall has sent me word that we are soon to strike at Yardle, catching them unawares. These bird people are uncouth and prideful and ignorant. I never regret any action we take against them, but to fight the Grove Tenders will be harder. Have you talked to Kithran about this? Baza asked. That is not my duty, Bidra insisted, leaning back on the tree as she stood. I know this hard for you to comprehend, but if you stay here long enough, you will also see the light of the source. Baza started to get to her feet, but Bidra held up a finger. I'm going to get some rest, she said. I won't need you until the morning. Before we attack Yardle, we'll need to pay a visit to Throd in order to gain, let's just say, a unique advantage. Think about what I said. So, apparently, in a crazy few plot twist, where have we been? Let's think about where we were. Where we were to start. We fought against the heirs. That was super fun. That was a really hard scenario. And then we had the shoot the artillery thing where we went right to the gates of Yardle, which is the heirs' home, and took them down. We had to build up some spires, and then we were able to do. We were kind of able to shoot the artillery thing. We were able to detonate the perimeter fire thing and detonate the big regal lookout in the center, and then now we are done with the heirs. We hate those birds because they're birds, and who likes birds? Wingspan be damned. And then we are now going after the Brawnen, but our ultimate mission is to go back against the Grove Tenders because they're not true believers apparently. And now we're gonna have to take out the Brawnen before we go to the Grove Tenders because the Narorans are freaking crazy. And yes, Smurf power all the way. So our objectives in this one are interesting. We have to defeat 3 Brawnen spires with Brawnen units that are under your control. The second objective is, in a single wave, defeat 3 Brawnen minions with Brawnen minions that are under your control. And the third objective is defeat the Brawnen Fortress Gate with Drang while she is under your control. Scenario ends immediately. Drang becomes a recruitable hero for the Narora in Scenario 4 if we achieve that third objective. Again, I have not done really any of the carryovers from scenario to scenario. It's just not really a thing for me. I like to treat these as like just sequential one-offs as opposed to having to keep track of campaign stuff. It's just not how I work. But, it is what it is. Do what you want. Scenario rules. For this scenario, evangelist minions gain the talent conversion. Before or after this unit's movement, you may remove its health and place it underneath an adjacent ungrouped opposing faction minion. Gain control of that union. When the faction is unit. When the controlled unit is defeated, this unit is defeated as well. Note, you can only gain control of a hero if you are not already at your hero capacity. Marks, the Narora mark is the Brawnen Fortress Gate, so our chip is over there. The Brawnen mark is the Naroran Fortress Gate, so our chip is over there. Their chip is over here. And then Drang, the mark for Drang, when Drang is on the board in Wave 3, will be the closest Naroran unit. The leveling for Drang is alternate attack and range upgrades, ignoring upgrade capacity, and then we have the event dive results there. So, remember, the Naroran already have a way to take control of an opposing unit with possession, which is a skill on the medium, or possess. So possess, again, you get adjacent to an opposing unit. You can basically get underneath it, and then when that unit takes damage, the other faction will treat it as an enemy because it's doing bad things to them. When that unit takes damage, the medium takes damage instead and then goes away. Conversion is different. It is like an absolute change where the evangelists, their health will entirely go away, and now you're just basically controlling the other unit. Now that could be controlling a hero, could be controlling a minion. And the evangelist, unlike the medium, who will still be considered in play for the purposes of whether the end of round triggers, whether campfire mode triggers, the evangelist, if it is controlling another unit, will not prevent the triggering of campfire mode. That 100% should have been made clearer in the scenario rules, but that is another story. I digress. So, it is a 5-wave scenario. The Narora will start with priority in Wave 1. And it should be a good time. So hopefully we have a fun couple hours together here today. To kind of love the expanded lore from the hardcover books, especially the heirs one. Yeah, I might pick it up one day. I'm fine. I'm fine with what I have here. So cool and powerful. Ha ha. All right, hold on one sec. Let me blow the old nose here real quick. All right, now hopefully I don't do that again today. I forget to turn the audio back on because I've only done that twice in the last month because once wasn't enough to remind me that that's a really dumb thing to do. So we're going to do the event phase first. The event die on a roll of 1 through a 3. The Brawnen are going to construct a dispatch platform on a source well. If no dispatch platforms are available, the Brawnen will construct a drilling outpost spire instead. We're also going to place a attack chip on the bottom of each siege tower spire if we roll a 4 through a 6. So we're going to roll the event die. I rolled a 6. We're putting a attack chip on the bottom of the siege tower spire. I kind of wish they constructed another spire. As we'll see, our command points will depend on how many spires the Brawnen have in play, and that's a really nasty attack chip. We might, if wave 1 does not go well, do not be surprised if I do a quick restart of this sucker for sure. All right, we are going to now go to the income phase. Again, we have 3 source. I already did that ahead of time. The market phase is as normal, so we're going to drop the top 3 market chips. I just play out of the tray. Again, there are a ton of market minis that come once you get the Horizons Wrath expansion. 2 of those are spires, and then one of them is scatter. It is the infiltrator. I don't even know what scatter is. What is scatter? Scatter, grouped only before after this unit's movement, it may leave its group. If it does, place it on a valid adjacent hex and reveal the next unit in the group. Excellent. So I guess scatter is only active if that would be the top chip. Don't see much of a utility for that, to be quite honest, but I'm sure there are some advanced tactics that can be done there. The build phase as normal. I'm not going to build anything. No, it's fine. I will build level 1 of. I'm gonna definitely want Forgotten Graves, but I think I'll build level 1 of the Azure Temple, which means I can negate up to 2 damage. I might have fudged this a little bit in the last playthrough. You can negate up to 2 damage by spending one source per damage that you're negating. So I think I just thought it was spend 1 and you can negate up to 2. So if I'm negating 2 damage, I have to actually spend 2 source. So kind of make sure I do that correctly today. So that was the build phase. I spent all 3 of my source, and now we go to the prep phase. Again, the Brawnen, Battleborn. Dispatch, prep phase for the Narora is we're going to have CP equal to the number of Brawnen spires. They have 5 spires, so I have 5 CP. I'm going to get an Arcbright because I love that little ranged attack she has. Again, she has air defense and range 3. Only attacking 1 with a movement of 2, and I will take the. I think the burnout is better than the drift. Yeah, burnout for the win. So I'm going to take the burnout. The burnout, that's entropy. The burnout gets to exactly 1 health. It does not retaliate. Instead, it explodes, and all non-Naroran units adjacent to it will suffer 2 damage. Could be really important in this particular scenario. So I'll put them on top of. Nope, that's not going to work. No, we'll do that. Well, the top Earthscape should be revealed too. It is that. It is that, I tell you. Look at that. All right, great. We'll put this such. We'll put that like that. The Narora is first. We're going to do the movement phase first. The Arcbright is going to move 2. We have 2 different paths. These paths are identical. They do not look identical, but I assure you they are. Because if I'm going from the Battleborn to the Arcbright, from gate to gate, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17. And the other way is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, and 17. You see, I wouldn't lie to you. I only tell the truth. Arcbright's going to move 1, 2. Burnout's going to move 1, 2 because it has to move maximum movement. Actually, in the Doctors, and Voss would have been on top. Remember, heroes can go before or after minions. They cannot go in between. So when Voss would have been on top, he would have moved 1, 2. Arcbright moves 1, 2, and then the Burnout moves 1, and the Burnout will displace in Voss. Again, you cannot. What should we call it? You cannot the heroes cannot block the movement of their minions, and the minions need to move in full. So again, Burnout had to go this way. At the end of Anvasa's movement, let me kind of start this over because this got really sloppy. It's the first turn, and I'm already like Cloudspiring all over the place. So Anvasa's going to move 1-2. He's going to do Matter Distortion. What's Matter Distortion? That's a great question. Let me read it from the source. I said source. Haha, no pun intended. We have the before or after this unit's movement, you may acquire the top escape from the market and place it so that it covers at least one hex on the isle this unit occupies, ignoring influence restrictions. Then promote this unit. Excellent. So when Boss is going to promote, we're going to take this Earthscape and we have to put it on this thing. That's great for us. Let's put this like this. I like it. Maybe we'll get. You mean it's all the same. Yeah, we'll put it like this. That will be super fun. All right, so now he's promoted to flying. Again, what's flying? This unit can be attacked only by units or spires with air defense, or flying other units may displace this unit. Great. Now Arcbright's going to go, and now the Burnout's going to go. So he displaces Anvas for two reasons. One, because Anvas has flying, and two, because Anvas is a hero, and heroes cannot block their own minions' movement. We now go to see if there's any spires that fire. This spire's range is naturally 1, and then it's +1 for each range upgrade it has. So its range is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, range is counted around. So if its range was 4, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So arrows can curve. Clearly, they're really, really advanced in their targeting abilities in Anchor. And now we're going to do the Explore phase. In the Explore, we're going to flip over this Swamp Chip. It is. That's rough. I don't love him. Oh, that's really bad. We're not going to do anything with him. I really need to upgrade Anvas big time. But so we're gonna leave him be, and then we're gonna reveal this chip. It's Awaken. Woof. That is not. Those are not the landmark minions of Dreams. Wow. This is going to be hard. That's not good. All right, we'll put that back down there. Definitely needed to get a little luckier than that. That's a brutal start with the Source Peddler. Not sure how this is going to go. All right, Battle Burst. I chose not to reveal either of them. It is what it is. Again, if I use Awaken, everything flips over, and that could be a problem. If I flip everything over, that means both the burnout would be gone because of entropy would trigger, and Arcbright would do 1 damage to this guy. I would not attack with Anvas because even though he's flying, Retaliate would still work against him. Oh, I guess Retaliate would only happen to the first guy. It's still rough. So I could take the Retaliate with Anvas, but then Arcbright's going to be over here. Oh, she'll still have range. I really need that upgrade. I really need an upgrade. Burnout stays alive. He's going to get smashed anyway. I had to refigure that math. I know I saw this chip and I should have made this decision sequentially. Yeah, let me have kept the Source Paddler up because I really know I needed an upgrade. But I know these chips, I mean, you have a lot of rift walks and stuff. It was really just a bad decision not to reveal this. It's going to be a little rough, though. I'm not going to lie. So let's see how this works. So Anvas is going to attack the Source Predator, do 1 damage, and he gets retaliated on for 2. The Burnout's going to attack the Source Predator. The Source Predator's already retaliated, so it doesn't retaliate again. And now the Arcbright's going to attack the Source Predator for 1. So the Source Predator is down to 2 health, which is kind of exactly where I need to be. Now on Voss on his flying side, interesting, he's promoted, but he only has room for 1 upgrade chip. On his non-flying side, he has room for 2 upgrade chips. So clearly that is 1 less on his upgraded side for you math majors out there. We're going to go to the Battleborn. The Battleborn's going to go 1, 2. The Dispatch is going to go 1. and the other dispatch is going to stay. Now remember, the dispatches have air defense, so I need to be very careful since Boss only has 1 health now, but I really need them to have 2 attacks so we can start digging into the siege tower. Now the other thing about Unbus is on his terrain allotment went from just forest and easier to now he has everything. So it's a water hex. He can go over everything except obviously anything that would be a gap in the little field of neoprene that we're in here. So now we're going to go to the Narora. The burnout's going to move 1, 2, and the arc bright's going to go 1, 2. Spires fire. Nope, they don't reach. The arc bright's going to come over here and attack the source peddler. Oh, and then Voss can go. He'll just move 1 because why not? Yeah, he can't. If he goes back into the fortress, he's stuck there. He would heal to full health, but we want him to start moving this way. So he's going to move there. Remember, he's still only a melee. He doesn't have any range, so he has to be adjacent to attack. The Arcbright does have range 3, so still has range to the Source Predator. He's going to do 1 damage. So since she's out adjacent, the Source Predator doesn't retaliate, and then Avaste is going to attack and finish this dude off, which is going to give me a really important 6 source. But even more important than that, we get the attack upgrade chip that I needed, but we are max upgrades, and we only have 1 health, and we have 2 things with air defense, so we need to be super careful. Source Peddler is out. Out's the game. We go to the Brawnen turn. The Brawnen are going to move. Now we could send them either way we want. We did not want to explore with that. I really wanted Arcbright to make sure she shot here. And if I pulled something over that had engage or foreboding, that could have been super bad. So the Battleborn's going to go 1, 2. This dispatch is going to go 1, 2. And this dispatch is going to go 1, 2. We go to the Narora turn. Burnout is going to go 1, 2. On Arcbright's going to go 1, 2. We're not revealing any of these things, which is a little nuts. And Unboss is going to go 1, 2, 3. We're not exploring because if that's something that I have to attack, that's going to be really bad for Unboss. I mean, we don't have to move the whole 3. We'll just move the 2. The siege tower is going to attack 1, 2, 3. It has range to the burnout. It also has range to the Arcbright. We're going to have it attack the burnout. It's rolling 3 dice. This is really why I needed the burnout to stay alive, because I wanted the Arcbright to be alive so we can knock off that bottom chip from the siege tower. So 4 damage to the burnout. Burnout is out. And that's why I took the retaliate from the Source Predator to Unboss. Remember, burnout being entropy, I probably should have had the drift because I could have taken the retaliate to the drift and the drift would have still survived. That entropy was kind of dumb. I mean, it's the same CP. You know what, dude? I'm doing it. Like this is a non-starter. I put the drift in place. There was no way the burnout was surviving long enough to get to those guys anyway. I knew that siege tower was too powerful, especially with that attack chip. So I kept the drift took the retaliate, and then the drift was wiped out. So again, a little revisionist history, but bear with me. I'm showing you how not to play it, so you play it well, is how this is going to go. Now the Arcbright is 1, 2, 3. It has range. It knocks out this attack chip, and we go from there. We're going to go to the Brawnen's turn. The Brawnen are going to move 1, 2. The dispatch is going to go. Do I just send them all the same way? That probably makes sense. 1, 2. And this dispatch is going to go 1, 2. On the Narora's turn, the Arcbright's going to go 1, 2. The Unboss is going to go 1, 2, 3. Now, Spires fire 1, 1, 2, 3. This dispatch platform does not have range to any of the Naroran units. 1, 1, 2, 3. This dispatch platform does not have range to any of the Naroran units. This siege tower has range, however, it does not have air defense, nor is it flying because, it's a Spire, so it cannot do any damage to Unbase. So even though normally Spires would prioritize a heroic attack, well, it's still prioritizing that. It can't attack Unbase, so it's actually attacking the Arcbright. It's only rolling 2 attack chips now because we got rid of its bottom fortification, or bottom upgrade. It does 2 damage to the Arcbright. Perfect. Now do I want to explore? Not really. Not thinking that's something I need to do. So we're going to go ahead. Actually, what I think I'm going to do by the end of this round is getting that awaken chip opened up could be really helpful. So if I did this, but I wouldn't have explored that after I killed that. I know it's there, but I'll worry about that in future rounds. All right, so now the Anvas, the reason why I wanted to get him to a second attack upgrade is I really needed to get rid of this bottom fortification. To get rid of a fortification ship on a spire, you need to do 2 damage. On a fortification ship on a unit only functions as 1 extra health, but on a spire it's different. So we're going to do 2 damage. Again, Anvas is doing an attack of 1 plus his 1 attack upgrade. So we got rid of that. And then the Arcbright's going to go ahead and take care of that range ship. If I can get the Siege Tower off the board this round, actually, I mean, if I leave it with 1 health, could be good because it will help me get more CP next turn, but I really want to weaken this. A big part of the strategy in this game is using Anvas to go ahead and to really reduce the strength of a lot of to reduce the chips on a lot of these spires. That's the only way you're really going to be able to accomplish objective 1, where you're defeating the Brawnen spires, controlling a Naroran unit. Alrighty then. Yeah, I dig that. So the Battleborn's gonna go 1, 2. Dispatch goes 1, 2. Dispatch goes 1 and 2. Boss definitely wants to get rid of those because of air defense. Yeah, I'm just looking at. I've revealed nothing. He moves here, so if I'm here, that's fine. I want to start revealing things so they start getting whacked as they go through. So how are we gonna do this? Arcbright's gonna move 2, so I'll have her move before and boss. She's gonna displace him, go 1, 2, and then the boss is gonna come back here. Spires fire. The spire is still firing 2 attack chips, and it takes out the Arcbright. Oh, the Arcbright. The burnout should have gone here. Well, again, I played it as a drift, and then the Arcbright will go there. And now we're going to explore. Let's hopefully this is good. It is Riftwalk Overload. So that's not fantastic. I don't like you. Wow. That's not going to be very useful. Let's see what else I can reveal. I haven't done anything with these dispatch forms, but I will have next round, so we'll see. The Brawnen's going to go 1, 2. Dispatch goes 1, 2. Dispatch goes 1, 2. They're going that way, and there's really nothing stopping them. I could build a spire, but then the dispatch is going to just whack it. One, two. Do I just go taking care of that? They still have 9. It's 9 health worth of things. Now I can negate some damage, but I think we're just gonna have to use a lot of retaliate to really take out the Battleborn and the dispatch and all of that. And I just don't want Anvas to lose any health, because having to take him back into the fortress just to stay alive is really silly. So Anvas is gonna go 1, 2, 3. Spires fire. Again, this one doesn't have air defense. Now these do, but they're pretty far away, so we don't have to worry about them right now. So the Spires don't have air defense, so we're totally good there. And Boss can't attack because he doesn't have range. The Battleborn's going to go 1, 2. Dispatch 1, 2. 1, 2. Remember, they can move on Gateboard. gate port. There are no other chips, but they would actually use Riftwalk, and they still have to make maximum progress. So if there was another chip of Riftwalk over here, they would not use it because that's not making maximum progress. I have no spires firing at them. Nothing's doing damage to them. And now we go to Unboss. He's going to go 1-2. No spires are firing at him because nothing has air defense or flying. And I'm going to take out that bottom chip. Battleborn 1-2. Dispatch 1-2. Dispatch 1-2. Unboss, his turn. Again, taking out another chip. Battleborn 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. The Battleborn's attacking the Fortress Gate for 1 damage, retaliation of 1. The Dispatch is attacking the Fortress Gate for 1 damage, but it also gets retaliated for 1, so it's down to 8 health. And actually, I will spend 1 source and save myself 1 of those 2 damage. But yes, we're going to have a ton of damage on the gate. I'm kind of okay with that. This is the round for that to happen. We'll just need to be more careful in future rounds. On Base's turn, he's going to wipe this out. Again, we're not in campfire mode because there are no other... they still have units on the board. So, you know, if they had only a hero on the board, we'd be in campfire mode. But since they have actual units and minions, or sorry, if they had only heroes on the board, as soon as the last minion is defeated, it's immediate end of round. But now, here we are. We're going to have a few turns to really knock these dispatch platforms down, which is super important. So the Brawnen's turn. Battleborn, no one can move. Battleborn's doing 1 damage, gets retaliated 1. It's down to 1 health. Dispatch platform, or not the dispatch platform, that's a spire. Dispatch does 1 damage, is down to 1 health. Unboss is going to take out a chip here. The Brawnen's turn, 1 damage, 1 health, down to 6 health for the gate, but the Battleborn is defeated. Since it was defeated by my gate, I get 2 source, so it gets me from 5 to 7. Dispatch, I keep saying dispatch platform, does 1 damage. It loses its last piece of health. Since I defeated it by my gate, I get 3 more source, up to 10. This dispatch wasn't in range to attack anybody, as we noticed. Unboss is going to go 1-2-3, take out that range chip. Dispatch goes here, attacks the fortress, down to 4 health, retaliate. Unboss's turn, we're going to take down 1 of those attack chips. Dispatch attacks the gate, is down to 1 health. Now Unboss is going to go 1-2-3, get rid of that chip. Again, none of these have air defense. Dispatch attacks our gate, we're down to 2 health, but the dispatch is out, and I feel okay about that. We get 3 more source because the dispatch was defeated, so we have 13 source going into the next round. All right, let's check this out. I think the main goal in Wave 1 is to bring as much upgrades of the Sea Star as possible. That is easy as the flying vest. I just deployed on Bus a Bishop to remove the annoying fortification upgrade. Classic L. Game changer, that one. Cool, you managed to quickly level up. Nice. We see nothing wrong here. Yeah, I think Awaken is good now because it's early. The bad thing being the landmarks hurting Drang. You need her as strong as possible. Yeah, you can't change it to Drift. Drift is camouflage. Aspire couldn't attack it. It would have attacked the Arcbright. Oh. Marty. Right. That's fine. Unbossus has 1 health then. That's fine. I'm totally good with that. I did what I originally did. So this was a thank you, Madi. So what Madi's saying is since the Drift has camouflage, that the Spire couldn't attack it because it wasn't adjacent. So it would have attacked the Arcbright. That means that there would have been the Arcbright would have been so what happened was everything else played out the same. So instead of it basically was like, where was that 2 damage coming from? Was it coming from the Drift, the Burnout, or the Unboss or Unbosse? I didn't want the Burnout to go away. I wanted the Burnout to be able to take that attack so the Arcbright can get another chip off there. That was definitely a goal of mine. So Unboss is just down to 1 health. And that's fine. I mean, he's pretty expendable once we start getting rid of those upgrades, but that was a really good catch by Madi. I appreciate that. So and then the way the rest of this played out, I wouldn't have wanted to reveal everything. I don't think that would have made sense. So we just but we should have kept that revealed, and then after that I would not have risked revealing that, because if that had engage or foreboding, that would have been bad. So I know what that is, but I'm going to play this straight up like I don't, and you know, that's fine. Everything else kind of makes sense. So yeah, good catch by Madi. So Anvase has 1 health. That's the only way to really make that work, which is also, I probably wouldn't have revealed that, to be honest, because that engage foreboding, that kills me. So I basically wasted a turn with him backing up instead of kind of making his way over here. So we could have had like 1 more turn to get this way, but because if I did another attack there, it was the same. It would have been the same difference, because I basically went up there to attack instead of attacking, moving 2 across. Yeah, so it would have worked out the same as far as, you know, how many upgrades I could have taken off their spires. All right, we got that worked out. Let's get to wave 2. I'm going to roll the event die. Incorporeal. How did I forget, Madi? What's going on? Anyway, we're going to place I rolled a 4. We're going to place an attack upgrade on the bottom of each siege tower in play. There was just a 1. I left that siege tower alive for purpose. Yes, it is 5 source. However, now I'm going to get the extra CP that I wanted, and I'm clearly not rolling a 1, 2, or 3, which would be a lot more helpful for me from the CP standpoint. So I did not want only 4 CP. 4 CP would have been bad, really bad. So I have the 5 CP I wanted. Hopefully we can make this work. We're going to go to the income phase 0, market phase, all these go away. When I took the Earthscape, put it on the board, this should have revealed. This is from Portal Seekers, so that just comes out now. We're going to get 3 new market chips. We have a Nomad, we have a Morningstar, and we have a Berserker. Ooh, armored anti-Brawnen. Now we're talking. Freaking great. This reveals too. I don't love the Nomad. She has a bunch of movement, but woof. Yeah, I'm going to spend the 3 source on our friend, the Zerker Rebel. Now, the Zerker Rebel, again, she is armored. What's armored? Every time she's attacked, you take 1 less damage. And the anti-Brawnen, man, the unit cannot be deployed by the Brawnen faction. She really hates those Brawnens. That is absolutely true. So we're going to take 1 of our chips to put a color under it so we know it's ours, and then we're going to give it 2 health, which is not a lot of health, but again, I'm going to need some cheap minions because I only have 5 CP to spend. Well, I'll have a little bit more than that, as we'll see. I'm going to spend 3 CP to get the first level of the pavilion, and then I'm going to spend 4 CP to get 3 source to the first level of the pavilion, and then what that gives me is the first level. I'll read what that says. First level of pavilion is the Lumia delegation. At the start of each prep phase, you may exchange 2 source for 1 CP or 4 source for 2 CP. I'm going to spend 4 source for 2 CP. I'm just doing that now. I have 3 more CP. I will get the second level of... Nope, that's the Brawnen. That's not me. Of enshrinement. Before selecting your units each prep phase, you may return 1 unit from the Forgotten Graves to your barracks at no cost. I'm going to want to get all 3 of those eventually, so I'll do that now. So I spent 3 more source to get the second level of the Azor Temple. So I have the first level of Pavilion, which allowed me to spend 4 more source to get 2 more CP this round, and I had the first 2 levels of the Azor Temple. So I had 13 source when this started. I already had the first level of Azor Temple, so I spent 3 on the first level of Pavilion, 3 on the second level of Azor Temple, and then with my remaining 7, I spent 3 on the Zerker Rebel, and I spent 4 source to get 2 more CP. Going into this round, and again, I wanted to get another minion because I'm a little worried now that my gate only has 2 health. That isn't great. I'm going to do the Brawnen stuff now. The Brawnen's coming in with an upgraded Battleborn. Upgraded Battleborn is very similar to the regular, except it has 1 more movement and it has 1 more attack. It comes in with 3 health. We're also going to have another upgraded Battleborn. Good thing is we have no dispatches, so we're not going to worry about air defense messing up on Voss here. And then we're going to have 2 Aegis that are grouped. These are the non-upgraded Aegis. They also have armor, just like our Zerker Rebel over here. They are grouped. It has 3 health and 2 movement, and it's attacking for 2. The upgraded Aegis is super interesting. That has assault, but it only moves 1, but the attack is still only 2. Lucas, what's up, sir? Hi, Greg. Your playthroughs were a big help in me learning Cloudspire. Just finished the air scenario on Sunday. Have you ever thought about making fan-made scenarios? Heck no. I appreciate the question. Look, I still have 17 scenarios just from like the base scenarios of each of the 7 factions to get through. Like, I'm like taking my time, man. I love all of them, but they're all like their own games. And Madi says, sorry, man, and laughs. Yeah, dude, you would laugh at me. That's right. Hilarious. All right. We rolled the event type, man, and Voss is looking weak. He's like, dude, what happened with my big floppy ears and my beautiful Smurf-like complexion? All right, so we have them set up. I need to spend my 7 CP. I wish I had 8. I really wish I had 8. All right, we're getting an evangelist on the board because it's just the thing to do. They have range 2 and they have the attack 2. And if I can get lucky and knock off these fortification chips this round, that would be amazing. So 4 health with him, and I'm going to get myself I'm going to go with the burnout this time because it makes a lot more sense. And I guess it made sense last time when we actually worked out both the alternatives, but I'm glad I was there to teach you all the lessons for Cloudspire. We do get to take one of these guys out of the Forgotten Graves. I'm going to take the Arcbright back. I'll probably get the next level next round for the Azure Temple, and then we just won't have to worry about that because I'm going to need all of my evangelists available in the next 3 waves for sure. Remember, the Zerker Rebel is a minion. I do wish they had a better way to distinguish the heroes and the minions. That bronze and the gold are fairly close to each other in my mind, but you know, it is what it is. We make do with what we have, people. So I'm going to put the burnout front. Ding, ding. That should be amazing. The Brawnen are going to go first. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. There we go. No spires to attack them. It is what it is. I hate the range of that dispatch platform. It's super annoying. The Battlemore does not have flying or air defense, so I can keep Invas there for a little bit and be totally happy. And this siege tower has no range left, so we're good there too. So the Naroras are going to go. I said airs. I'm sorry, the stupid birds. The Naroras are going to go. Invas is not going to move. The burnout's going to move. 1, 2. I think I would start exploring, right? Like, I know what that is, but I need to explore at some point and get these chips out. It's just crazy that it's awakened. But the evangelist would go 1, 2, and the berserker would go 1. Spires fire, nothing can spire. Again, doesn't have air defense. I would explore. It would make sense. Awaken, all these suckers flip. So we have 3 health on the Grail Vipers over here. I mean, Invas is obviously very busy over there. He was never getting back. We have the Traxxer Loner, which has Engage and Foreboding, and has 4 health. We have the Grail Wolves, which have Relentless and 5 health. We have this, which is Riftwalk and Overload. We have this, which is a Fountain. Oh, that stinks. So if we are adjacent to that, we get 2 health back. Ooh. That doesn't stink. I can get over there and get Invas back to full health. That's amazing. So that's only going to be good for the round. End of the wave, it goes away. We have the Grail Goats, 3 health. And Relentless, what's Relentless? Their retaliation. You roll a die until you roll a 0 or 2. You add up all your dice results, and that's the retaliate. It's really gross. And then we have the Rogue Grizzled Oak, which comes in with 6 health. And the reward for that guy is Aspire, but his retaliate is 2. We're now going to attack. These guys have no one around that they can attack. So the evangelist, if he was over here, he'd be able to attack the Grail Vipers. I'm a little worried the burnout is going to get absolutely taken out by the Grail Goats. And I don't think there's anything they can do to prevent that. So I was hoping that was like a Riftwalk or something. You know, there were definitely some downsides to revealing that, but the good thing is we got the Zerker Rebel to kind of make some of this easier. And I think the net loss of health to the Brawnen is going to be a lot worse than the loss of health to the Narora. So no more exploring the rest of the game, kids. That's how it works. And Voss is going to take out this range chip, and that's it. The Brawnen, they're going to go. The Battleborn's going to go 1, 2, 3. This Battleborn is going to maximize progress 1, 2, 3. This Aegis is going to go 1. Do I want him to attack the Grail Goats? Yeah, I do. Sure. 2. That's that. Spire's fire. I don't have any spires, so that's easy. And now we're going to go to their attacks. The Battleborn has to attack something. Cannot attack on Bus. It's going to attack the Grizzled Oak. The Grizzled Goat retaliates. 1 health left for the Battleborn. The Aegis attacks the Grail Goats, 2 damage. The Grail Goats is going to retaliate. Now, again, armor does not protect against retaliation. I roll a die. It's a 1. I roll a die. It's a 2, so I do 3 damage. That kills the first Aegis. Again, armored does not apply. This dude doesn't attack, and that's it. We have 3 units left. We're going to go to Anvasa's. And Vasa's not going to move again. I think we just want to get rid of all those freaking range chips because they're super annoying. And bye-bye burnout. That's just going to be the way it goes. So the burnout's going to go 1, 2. There's a chance I can get a Battleborn in play. Nah, he's gonna get wiped out next turn. I might go 1, 2, 1, 2. I can try to slow roll this a little bit. But then he's just getting annihilated by the Battleborn. If he does 1 damage to the attraction, I'm trying to get him down to exactly 2 health, exactly 1 health. But maybe I'll roll lucky with the Grail Wolves. I think I just have to risk it. So 1, 2, he's going there. The Evangelist is going 1, 2, and the Zerker Rebel is going 1, 2. Anvase is taking out that upgrade chip. So this platform has 1 range chip left and an attack chip. The Brawner, they're going to go. The Battleborn is displacing Anvase and Bus. I don't know. It's one of those 2 things. This dude's going to go. Oh, so sorry. He displaced him. So 1, 2, 3. This Battleborn is going 1, 2, 3. And this Aegis is going 1, 2. Again, maximum progress. We can take out the Grail Goats, I think, to get the 5 source. It's going to make the most sense. Again, these things only have range chip of 1, so their range will end like in this perimeter over here. The Narora turn, and Vase is going to stay right there. Evangelist is going 1, 2. No, he only has range 2. No, we'll go 1, 2. The Zerker Rebel is going 1, 2. And the Burnout's going 1, 2. Spires are going to fire. These Spires are not in range to attack anybody. And Voss is going to take out that range chip. Everyone else is going to want to attack somebody. If you like it, then you gotta attack somebody. Great. So Evangelist is going to attack the Battleborn. Wipe him out. Now, since he's, again, upgraded or non-upgraded, it's still only 2 source. So he's going to go back. The Burnout has to attack someone. He's attacking the Grail Wolves for 1 damage. The Grail Wolves are retaliating. Roll a 0. Nope, it's a 2. That's the end, but Entropy happens. Now, Entropy only affects non-Naroran units. I don't think that is going to count against landmark chips. Nope, that is a unit. I think that is a unit. Is the landmark chip a unit? I think so. Which isn't great. I wish he wasn't put to exactly 1 health, because now the Battleborn is probably just going to take out that dude. All minions and heroes all minions and heroes are considered units. Does not include spires or non-minion landmarks. This is a minion landmark, so it loses 2 health. It's down to 2. Not ideal, because I was very much hoping to not to get that, because at minimum that's a relic and 2 source, and again I could turn the top relic into 4 source and just not take it. This is going to go to the Forgotten Graves. All right, everyone else is indeed done. So it is the Bronnen's turn. The Brawnen are going to go 1, 2, 3. Aegis goes 1, 2. And that's all she wrote. The Battleborn is going to take out the Grell Wolves, and I lost out on that opportunity. So just a bad, unlucky roll there. That's a problem. I have 2. I can defend 2. Yeah, that Battleborn is a problem. I'm going to lose all my gate health. Nope. I have to get source. What's the best way for me to get source? Well, good question. I can get a lot of source this turn. For sure. So I'm going to need to kill the Battleborn. And yeah, the Grail Wolves rolling exactly at 2 was really dumb. Really dumb. It would have been so much better if the dude, if he had rolled 3 and retaliate and they just die, the Grail Wolves actually retaliate against the Battleborn, which is what I needed to happen. Since the Grail Wolves were killed by the Battleborn, that creates an issue. So the Roaring turn, Anvase is going to come over here, the Evangelist is going 1, 2, and the Zerker is going to go 1, 2. This Siege Tower will attack, and it's going to attack a minion it could defeat if it rolled perfect. I'm going to have it attack the Zerker Rebel, because that's going to make the most sense. I do not want to do any damage to the Evangelist at all. Yeah, so attacking the Zerker Rebel, it rolls a 3. Armored triggers, but it still takes it out, and that's unfortunate, because I was hoping to kill that Siege Tower. But the Zerker Rebel is now out. Thank you for playing. This should have been replaced when I took her. This might be an early night. We still have a play. This is not great. Ambase is going to wipe out the Grail Goats. That's 5 source. That gets me up to 7. All right. Battleborn's going 1, 2, 3. Aegis is going 1, 2. Oh, and this Evangelist would have attacked that and wiped out that for get down to his last chip. For the Evangelist is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can move this way. And I think that will make the most sense. I'm probably going to leave the Siege Tower on the board because I want the CP. It's just it's a better way to live, kids. It's a better way to live. Woof. This Vase can't do much. Well, I have 7 source. We'll see. So the Battleborn moved, the Aegis moved, and now it's the Naroran's turn. I had forgotten to attack the Siege Tower with the Evangelist before I moved the Brawnen, I think. Because if I had rolled a 2 instead of a 3, the anti-Brawnen would have stayed. The Zerker would have stayed alive, and we would have actually wiped out that Siege Tower. But now that it's still alive, it just is what it is. I just want to leave it for the CP. But we got problems. So again, we killed that. We did 1 damage to that. The Brawnen moved and got the Battleborn moved and got here. I'm going to do my limited build option. Again, you have 2 in a round. I'm going to have 4. And I'm going to get a Monolith. The Monolith's going to have 2 attack chips and a defense and a fortification, and we're going to put it right there. I have 3 more source. I'm going to hold on to that. Yeah, we're just gonna have to roll well. Now let me get a range chip. Let me get a refractor. Now both the monoliths and the refractors have connected. The difference is the refractors have a range upgrade and the monoliths have a fortification upgrade. The range upgrade is actually more important for me right now, for sure. The connected means that they have 3 fortification. They have 3 upgrade chips when they start, but they only have 2 dots. Their ability to get more upgrades is dependent on having more things that have the connected trait. So if they get 2 more, if I can get for each other spire that has connected, it's +1 to the number of circles on them in theory. So if I can get 3 other spires that have connected, then the max upgrades for the refractor will be 5. So I can actually get 2 more chips beyond what the refractor starts with. At this point, if I lost the range chip, they actually can't add anything else to it. So hopefully we roll really well. If I can roll a 3, I mean, I rolled a 3 for their siege tower. I rolled a 2 for their Grail Wolves. Hopefully I can roll as well. Otherwise, this rolling has been an abomination, and this might be an early day for us kids. So that was my first limited build option. Oof. I am tempted to build another one. I can spend once to. Oh. Yeah, the spire limit of 6. I never got on Vase back to the heal abilities. Aegis is going 2, 2. He'll get attacked 2, but remember he has armored. All right, we'll see how this plays out. So, on Voss is going to go. So that was my limited build option. I still have one more. I'm going to keep that in my back pocket for now. And I want the evangel. I want the. Oh, I could take out the grizzled oak, which I don't hate. But the dispatch platform would very much attack me, and I do hate that. Well, I think we have to get this. I don't want the evangelist to lose any health. If I keep the grizzled oak, I think that's better. We kill this dispatch platform, we get more source. It's 1 less CP, which is bad. Yeah, just 4 CP. I've just been rolling bad. I mean, if I rolled a 1, they have more platforms, I get more CP. But if I leave this siege tower alive, that kind of helps. So I would get. It's still just 4. I can get up to 6. If I roll, they get 7. If I roll a 1, 2, or 3, they build another platform. Then I would get 7. They're also going to be putting in architects in the last 2 waves, assuming I survive that long. So the evangelist is going to move 1, 2, and Voss is going to move 1, 2. We have to protect the evangelist, and that's fine. Spires fire. No one can fire. Neither of these spires can fire. Neither of these spires can fire, and we are going to wipe out this dispatch platform to kind of keep evangelist at max health here. Because if I can get rid of one of those fortification chips, that'd be really helpful. And we get this 3 source. It gets me from 3 up to 6, because then the 3 source reward for defeating the dispatch platform. Woof. I might run this back next week. I don't have the time to restart it today. I'm already planning. I'm already preparing mentally for the loss. All right, Battleborn moves. Aegis moves 2. If there's ever a time to roll a 3 refractor, that time is now. I rolled 2, so that's useless. 2 damage. And Battleborn attacks. I'm going to spend 2 source to prevent those 2 damage, but it's still going to retaliate, I think. I don't see why it wouldn't. And then you're going to get 2 source out of that. So we're up to 6 source. and we've managed to kill the Battleborn. This Aegis is still a very serious threat. Fortunately, it's not an upgraded Aegis, otherwise it would have Assault. This one just has Armored. But I think I need to wipe it out, and the only way I'm going to do that is spending another 4 source to do my second limited build option. And we're going to get another mono. We're going to get, it doesn't really matter, refractor or monolith. I'll get a monolith because it looks cool. And we'll put that there, so we'll be able to attack it 2 times. And armored triggers, I mean, I could attack it with 7 things, and armored would still, you know, armored would still trigger every single time it's attacked. So it's not like a retaliate that only happens once a wave. The Evangelist is going to go 1-2. Can't attack anybody. Oh, wait, shoot. The Evangelist would have attacked and it would have wiped out that siege tower. I'm going to have no freaking source, man. The Evangelist has to attack if it can. Oh, Evangelist could have attacked the Aegis, because the Aegis was here. Aegis was here and moved to... Yeah, Evangelist would have attacked the Aegis. That's better. I don't know why I keep forgetting to attack with him. I'm so focused on trying to get these fortification ships out. So, yeah, Evangelist would attack the Aegis, because I don't want to wipe that siege tower out. I need the CP, for sure. Now it's Narora's turn. I did the limited build option with my second one, so I have no more available. Remember, I had... I got up to 7. I spent 4. I got 3 more with the Lance Launcher. That got me up to 6. I spent 2. I got 2 back when I killed the Battleborn. And then I just spent 4 more, so I'm down to 2. So the source has been crazy, and I just don't have a lot of source around, which is going to be a little problematic for next turn, but I will get 3 from the Aegis. So hopefully that will be enough to rock and roll. So the Evangelist is going to move 1-2. The Envase is going to move 1-2-3. Can I get to that this round is something to be seen. Probably not. It's not looking great. The Aegis is going to go 1-2. The Monolith's going to attack it. Remember, it has armored. Oh, Monolith does 3 damage. Aegis is done. And the Monolith survives. I get 3 source. It solves that mystery. I'm never getting to the fountain. I'll just take it off the board now before I forget. The Evangelist still goes. We're just in campfire mode with our hero. Evangelist is going 1-2. It's getting attacked by the Lance Launcher, rolling 3 dice. I would like to survive. 3 damage. Evangelist has 1 health remaining. That's just why I wanted to not give it any other attacks. And Evangelist is attacking 2 and taking out the bottom fortification ship. We never used a conversion thing. We just never had a really good opportunity for it. But we had, you know, we were over here. I don't think we were ever adjacent to another unit. It was just made more sense to kind of kill things as we went. The Evangelist goes again. It's moving 1-2. It's going to get attacked with 6 dice. I don't think it's surviving this. Again, 3 from both of the spires. And yeah, it's super dead. And now we go to wave 3. I'm going to put the Evangelist in Forgotten Graves. I get to take 1 unit out. Take 1 unit back because I'm at level 2 of the... Oh, I lied. I had level 2 of the Azor. I upgraded the wrong thing. Ugh, struggling. I had level 1 of the Forgotten Graves, not level 2 of the Azor Temple. So I would not have been able to take the Arbright back last turn. And I have 5 source now. So the Evangelist technically is here because I don't have level 2. So before selecting yours each prep phase, I could spend 2 source to return 1 unit from the Forgotten Graves to your barracks. So again, I fudged that last turn. So everyone I've put in play is still technically dead in the Forgotten Graves. Woof. We're getting there. So I have level 1 of the Azure Temple, level 1 of the Forgotten Graves. It's the same resource cost. And level 2 of the Azure Temple is actually where you can have 30 source, not 20 source. And then I have level 1 of the Pavilion. There's a lot going on in this scenario. But we'll overcome, I promise. All right, wave 3. Roll the event die. 6. Oh my god. I just want a 1 or 3 one time, kids. One time. So no more spires from the Brawnen. This is a problem. None of those that I can take. That's a hero. That's not helpful. And hammer and chisel, weak point. Yeah, none of that's great. This will go away. This comes out. We're going to do again, income phase is 0, market phase is normal, Brawnen. Oh, Brawnen, they're constructing a siege tower. Yes. I wish they constructed 2. So they're going to construct the siege tower spire. They're going to construct it on a fortress source well. They're going to have an attack upgrade and 2 range upgrades. They're also going to have their units this turn are going to be a source siege, which is non-upgraded. It has 4 health. They're going to come in with a Battleborn, which is upgraded, has 3 health. We have another Battleborn, which is upgraded with 3 health, which is no. These 2 are actually grouped. So this Battleborn is just underneath the source siege. This Battleborn has 3 health, is upgraded. There's a Dispatch, which is upgraded, which I do not like. He's got 3 health. And it comes in with Drang. Now, Drang has a natural attack of 1. We're going to put her on our non-upgraded side. She's going to come in. She's going to have another attack chip, which means her attack is now 2. She has range 2, and she has 2 fortification chips, which I'll put underneath her health. So she's going to have 6 health total when she comes in. I don't know why they decided to give her fortification chips instead of health. I guess it's just easier. I don't know. I mean, because you look at the other old scenarios, like Krang, they gave like 7 health. It was a lot easier to see. But anyways, 2 fortification chips and an attack chip. That's fine. And she's at the bottom of their deployment stack. On my turn now, they have 5 spires in play. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 CP for me. And I could spend 4 source to get 2 more CP, or 1 source to get 1 more CP. I'm going to spend 4 source to get 2 more CP. I have not upgraded any of this crap yet, which is crazy. I have my 2 limited build options back, but I'm going to get my other evangelist out because we need him. And I'm going to get, so that's 5 CP, and I'll take the last burnout. So 4, 3, they're going to go here and here. Woof and woof. I think I can take these guys out. It's going to be a lot of source for me. I would like to get like some portals set up, but it's just not really been on the cards. The grizzled oak up there, I'll probably just let them take him out. Oh, that's siege source. This bag says air defense and range 3 and transport, or source siege. All right. John Landy says yes. Not sure what that's about. Madi Zandy says it is unit. It's just not opposing. Great. You guys were telling me that the Growlwolf was a unit. Madi says you move Evangelist down and convert Aegis to take Siege Tower. Evangelist attacks Aegis. Aegis should lose a hit points. Yes. Thank you, Madi. I missed that. I mean, I got there eventually. And Domza says, Champoo! I'm alive! We have another wave. Excellent. All right. Anvase is going to go 1, 2. I think I just keep leaving the Siege Tower alive because it's just really, it's a font of CP for me right now. The Burnout's going to go 1, 2. Evangelist is going to come 1. It's attacking range 2. We get the Grail Viper down to 1 health. Anvase is going to get the Siege Tower down to 1 attack chip again. And I might as well just wipe it out, man. It's just, yeah, it's annoying. It's gonna do damage to the burnout. It has no range though. Yeah, the 2 dice just are rough. Again, oh man, some of the rolls were just a little bit unfortunate. It could have been a much better way for me last round. All right, the Source Siege is gonna go 2, so 1, 2, and then this Battleborn goes 1. Again, we have Source Siege with the Battleborn. We have another Battleborn. We have 1 dispatch, and then we have Drain, who we very much want to convert. Hence the Evangelist. So I have no spires. No spires. This Source Siege, just to check, is not within range 3 of the Grizzled Oak, so that is not attacking that. On Voss, do I just take out? Yeah, I think I just take out the Siege Tower. I'm trying to think what I have influence over. I don't even have influence over this. I have influence over no, I do. I have influence over this because I have a tower here, so I can build a monolith or a refractor here. If I kill this, I have influence there. I still would like to do, if I do a portal, that could be interesting. They're going to build another siege tower and have an architect out, so that could really help with the CP concerns. And then I'm still spending 4 source every turn to get the other 2 CP. So my turn again, and Voss is going to wipe this out. The burnout's going to go 1, 2. The evangelist is going 1, 2. The burnout can't attack anybody. The evangelist is going to wipe out the Grail Vipers. That's going to let me look at the top relic card. Cache of Demises. Look through the next 5 relics and choose to keep 1. Replace the rest on top of the deck in order of your choosing. No thanks. I'm just going to discard that for 4 source. That gets me from 1 up to 5. The Envase is going to wipe out the Siege Tower for 5 source. I get from 5 up to 10. And again, he's at his upgrade capacity. He's been there for quite a while. And that is fine. I think we're also going to be able to take out the Traxxer Loner, which makes me happy. The Evangelist was not within range of the Traxxer Loner. Otherwise, I would have had to attack the Traxxer Loner because of Engage. All right, the Siege Tower is going to move 1, 2. The Battleborn is going to move 1, 2, 3. And the Dispatch is going to go 1, 2. And Drang. Now, Drang has a terrain allowance of, again, forest, so she can do forest, path, or whatever those are. Was it plains, hex? It is. They just show you the icon and don't tell you what it's called. Excellent. On the back of the book. I'm sure there's somewhere in the book it tells me what to call that. This is going to drive me nuts now. Cloudspire, why are you so almost perfect and not quite? Terrain. It just, oh, here we go. Path, plains, forest. So path, plains, forest, mountains, water. It is the plains. The plains. All right. That was their second turn. The Siege Tower is within range to attack the Grizzled Oak, so it does 1 damage to the Grizzled Oak. No one else is in range to attack anything, so that's all she wrote. Envase is going to come 1, 2, 3. The Burnout's going to go 1, 2, and the Evangelist is going 1, 2. The Evangelist is going to attack the Traxxer Loner. The Traxxer Loner is not adjacent to the Evangelist, so it will not retaliate against it, and then Envase is going to wipe it out. Again, it has an attack of 1 plus the attack chip. Traxxer Loner is dead. 4 source gets me up to 14. That's on that. So I'm tempted to build monolith. Monolith. Or refractor. The problem, I mean, he's just gonna wipe it out with that range 3. The Source Siege is air defense 2, so Invase is in super danger. He might just go back in the, maybe a good time for him to go back in the fortress and heal up the full, because he's not doing much else right now. Again, the lance launchers have air defense, so that's a problem. Yeah, all these guys have air defense. I mean, Invase is just kind of a sitting duck. I mean, we could just allow him to be wiped out, but I don't think that makes a lot of sense either. So this is the third turn for the. We wipe that out. We moved here. We wiped that out. This is the third turn for the Brawnen. So 1, 2, 3. Battleborn's gonna go. Oh, he's not gonna attack the Grizzled Oak at all. Woof. Battleborn's gonna go 1, 2, 3. Dispatch goes 1, 2, and Drain goes 1, 2. No one attacks anything? Great. I'm going to do my 2 limited build options. I need to, so I go from 14 source down to 6. I need to try something. I'm going to get 2 refractors. They cost 4 each. So that's 2 attack chips and a range. 2 attack chips and a range. So that's all my attack chips. Remember, we are component limited, so one of the good side effects of wiping out the siege tower is I get to do max attack chips. I need to, there's just too many health chips left. And remember, I want to wipe out all these suckers so then Evangelist can actually do a conversion on Drain. That is priority numero uno for sure. So those are my limited build options. I did them both on 1 turn. Remember, limited build options, you can either build a spire or you can put as many upgrades as you want and can afford up to upgrade capacity on any 1 spire. And that is all 1 limited build option. Invase is going to go 1, 2, 3. Again, I'm using my hero before my units. That's 4 spires on the board, by the way. There is a spire limit of 6, which I was unaware of until Narora Chapter 2. Narora Chapter 1, whatever it was. The burnout's going to go 1, 2. And the evangelist is going to go 1, 2. They are attacking nobody. And you know what? I want the evangelist to slow up. So last turn, evangelist should have gone 1, 2. And now he's going 1, 2 because he needs to be nice and slow. It's like going to Kokomo, baby. We'll get there fast, but we're going to take it slow. So, or something like that. The Battleborn's going to move 1, 2, 3. Okay. The siege tower is going to go. Source siege is going to go 1, 2. It has to use max movement as long as it's making progress. Dispatch goes 1, 2, and Drain's going to the closest unit, which is here. She's going 1, 2. Spires are going to fire. Spires are going to attack. The source siege? This refractor is going down, but I'm fine with that. It was just... Yeah, it's getting attacked twice. The nice thing about the refractor there is the burnout's going to have some more time to do its thing. Oh, that's super nice. We'll be able to take care of that dispatch. So the refractor is going to fire against the... Source Siege has so much health. think that's the bigger concern. Attacking as the Source Siege. 3 damage to the Source Siege. It has 1 health left. The Source Siege is going to prioritize a Spire it can damage over a minion it can damage. It would prioritize a hero it could damage, but there are no heroes, or it would prioritize above that anything it defeat, but there's nothing it can defeat with the 1 damage it's going to do. So it is going to do 1 damage, and I'll have it do its damage. I could have it attack this Spire over here, but I think we'll have it attack this Refractor, because I could always just rebuild that when I need to. Yeah, I don't have any more limited build options anyway, so we're doing 1 damage to that. I don't think it's going to matter. And then the Battleborn's going to attack for 2. It's going to get this sucker down to 1 attack chip. This dispatch isn't in range, and Drang is also not in range. We are now going to go to the Brawnen turn. Anvas is going to go 1, 2, 3 into the fortress. It gets back to full health. We can deploy it next turn. Burnout's going to go 1, 2. Evangelist is going to go 1, 2. The Burnout's attacking the Dispatch for 1. The Dispatch retaliates for 2. The Burnout's down to exactly 1 health. It immediately blows up. It does 2 damage to the Dispatch. Dispatch is out. We get 3 Source. It gets us from 6 up to 9. This goes into Forgotten Graves because, again, we do not have level 3 of Forgotten Graves yet. But technically, even if we did, they wouldn't come back until right before the prep phase. The Evangelist has to attack someone. The Evangelist is going to wipe out the Source Siege. And now we just have this little Battleborn left. They're both going that way, which isn't great. Drang is super slow. Should have built a Refractor here. It's the same difference. I might actually change that up. The air defense is useless. Having that range makes more sense. I play bad. Alright, we're going to make this a Refractor. I had the extra Refractors. There was no sense to make it a monolith. I thought I was going to lose the bottom chip, but I ended up not losing the bottom chip because I rolled good for once. So we're making that a Refractor because there was no upside to do a monolith at all, because all these suckers coming in are attacking with 2, except for the Source Siege, but there's no way the Source Siege was making it that far. So that was the Refractor. Going back, revisionist history for last wave. That's right. Send complaints to solo playthroughs, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Someone will respond to you within 7 business days. All right, Brawnen's going to go. Brawnen's going 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Drang is doing 2 damage to the Evangelist and does not get retaliated against. The Narora go. The only one left is this Evangelist. The Evangelist is going to go 1, 2. After its movement, it's going to do conversion. And now we control Drang. There's no one for Drang to attack, so that's that. This Refractor survives somehow, which is bananas. We'll see how this goes. Battleborn's going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Spire's fire. The Refractor. Oh, I should have put another. I could have put another one there. What I should have done, instead of building this, no, I needed the influence. That's why I did that. That is why I did that. This is gonna be bad. All right, these two. I'm rolling 4 dice with these 2 refractors, both against that Battleborn. I do 5 damage. That sucker's dead. So again, I just did 2 and 2. I just rolled it at once. So yeah, I think this will work out actually. That is 2 source reward. It gets me up to 11. Drang is going to go. Problem is, she only has range 2, and if she gets within there, she's going to get whacked. The good thing about Drang, and the thing that I think is a little unclear in the rules that should have been clarified, is, again, her leveling, she could alternate attack and range upgrades, ignoring upgrade capacity. I assume that applies even now that we control it. The other thing that's interesting is, like, could we promote her? But there's no reason to promote her, because the only thing you benefit when you promote her is 1 extra range. But if we can still do this leveling and get the range that way by just destroying things, that's going to make so much more sense for us. So again, I'm not worried about that either. We never had to worry about the splash for the dispatch platforms, by the way, too. That's a whole other thing. But I think if we get Drang over here, wipe out that dispatch platform, that could really help. This dude has 3 health left. Again, we wipe that out. We get a leveling upgrade that will actually give her 4/3 attack, because we alternate attack and then range. Now, she starts with an attack. So when we alternate attack and range, does that mean that we're supposed to immediately go to a range because she already has 1 attack? I don't think so. I think we actually do another attack and then the range. Also unclear. Again, lots of interesting interesting things. Now, her terrain alignment is still only forest. If you did upgrade her, one of the benefits is it would become mountain, but she only can still move 2 on either side, so it doesn't really matter. Drang's going to go 1-2. That's it. That's her turn. She's not in range to attack anything. This Battleboard's going to go 1-2. We're rolling 4 dice, because again, both refractors are attacking it. We do 3-4 damage. All right, this Battleborn's dead. Everything's not. There's no more minions for the Narora on the board. My only minion on the board technically is the Evangelist, but that does not prevent the triggering of Campfire mode. So now Drang is going to start in the middle. I basically have 1 hero on the board. And Voss is back in the fortress with full health. Did I take the 2 source? Did I take the 2 source? I went 14 down to 6. Did I take the 2 source? Battleborn was 2. This Battleborn was 2. Dispatch was 2 because it's upgraded. The Source Siege was nothing. So it was 6. I must not have. And then I got 3 for the Dispatch platform, I think. Yeah. 14, 6 plus 9 gets me to. No. What the heck? 14, 6. What'd I wipe out? I did that last round. Oh, I whipped out these guys over here. I got the 4 source. Right, I wiped out. No, that was before. That's what got me to the 14. Why is my source wrong? It was at 14. I spent 8. Went down to 6. And then I just wiped out. Tracks are loner. Nope. Is my source right? Be down like just going. That game looks like a lot to take in since I've never seen it before. Yeah, it's nuts. It is nuts. And now I'm just trying to figure out my source math. 14. Remember going out to 6. I mean, I could be wrong about that. Source Siege, Battleborn, Dispatch. That's 6 total. So that should give me to 12. But now I'm at 11. If I went to 13, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe I didn't do 14 down to 6. This could all matter. I didn't have to spend anything over there. I still have this Rift Walk, which is kind of useless. I think I'm going to try to do Portal. Makes some sense. I just want to get my source right. Maybe I do. Maybe I went down to. I don't even know what would have given me source. Someone can tell me, please. Maybe I took one more than I was supposed to for one of these guys, which would make sense. So maybe I'm at 12. If I'm right about 14 out of 6, the only 3 things I've killed since have been, again, were the 2 Battleborns and the 2 Battleborns and the Dispatch. All those gave me 2 source each. So because the upgraded Battleborn, I'm sorry, 2 Battleborns and the Dispatch. Yeah, the upgraded Dispatch only gives you 2. So I think I should be at 12. If that's wrong, someone can let me know in the chateau. The chateau. All right, this refractor is super weak, which is fine. I kind of want that to be a portal anyway, I think, because portal here might be too close. A portal there gives me a lot of flexibility. We're going to go to wave 4. Rolling the event die. It's a 4. Oh my gosh. Oh man, Siege Tower gets an extra thing. That's the end of the attack upgrades, so I definitely need to get some of those back. Woof. Oh, so bad. Yep. So construct another siege tower. Now, siege towers never have raise, so if I was to get one of my own spires close to it, it would create a thing. But now we have to construct another siege tower in the build phase. So I'm going to skip the income market and whatever. Just do their build, do their prep. Oh, I'm in wave 4. Yeah, do their build, do their prep. It is what it is. So we get another siege tower. We were out of attack upgrades. So all this thing gets is 2 range upgrades. I'm not that worried about it. And now they're going to have an architect, upgraded architect, which is 4 health. Is going to have 2 forsakens, which have 7 health each. 7 and 7. All right, Forsakens have a bunch of stuff going on. They have assault, so if they attack a spire, they take the top chip off before they do damage, or the bottom chip. Because there's like the Growth Tender thing, which does a similar idea. The assault, remove the bottom upgrade before dealing damage. So they take the bottom chip up before they're doing damage. The Growth Tender one is what does the top. Neglected, if they're the only minion on the board, end of round triggers. Stubborn means we have to roll this die and see what happens. If we roll that, it means they don't attack that turn. If they roll that, if they don't move that turn. If they roll that, they do not. There's no restrictions. And then unruly is. I thought that was, or maybe unruly was maybe what I just said. What the heck was stubborn? Oh, stubborn means they won't go on Riftwalk. So they will never use Riftwalk. They will only move the long way around. So we're going to put this here and this. So before each of their movements, each phase, we have to do that. There's some question like when we convert them, how does that mean? How that works with possess is funny, but for the most part, that's what we're dealing with. My turn. I have 12 source, I think. At minimum, I have to, so I'm pretty sure I'm 14 to 6, and I got 6 back. Again, the math could be wrong, so if someone sees something different, let me know. I'll try to be a little conservative how I spend this. We're going to do the market phase. Again, we did their prep and build just out of order. I just find that easier. And what do we got here? Great. I'm going to take the combatant. He's going to come in with 4 source. 4 or 6 health. He's got fair fight, so whatever he's attacked with, he will do back. I'm going to put one of my little things underneath him. We have 4 more source. I'm going to spend 3. We have 8 more source. I'm going to spend 3 to get level 2 of the Forgotten Graves. That lets me take 1 dude back. I'll take an Evangelist back. And then I'm going to spend 4 to get 2 more CP, which I just do. These come out. So I have 1 source left. which at minimum should be right. I can't see how I have cheated that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 7 CP. Oof. Which is a little unfortunate because that means the only thing I could bring out is this evangelist, which makes the combatant even that much more important. Or in theory, I could not get the combatant, and I could spend 2 to bring back a burnout or a conduit, because I do have, again, the first level of Forgotten Graves is I could spend 2 source to return 1 unit. Enshrinement says I can take any unit, and then if I had Source Loop, I can take all units back. I just never got the Source Loop because I had to spend things aggressively to kind of just stay alive. So seemed a little bit more important. But now I have Drain, we have Envas at full health, we have a combatant, and I took an evangelist back from the Forgotten Graves because I have level 2 of the Forgotten Graves right now. So I spent my 12, I spent 3 there, I spent 4 on the combatant in the market phase. This will come out, and I spent 4 to get 2 more CP. Evangelist has 4 health. Combatant, Evangelist. Oh, the combatant could be sick. Drang stays there, and Vase will go on top of the deployment stack. And once I get some source, I'm looking at portal. So I actually wasted 2 CP. So since I actually can't use that last 2 CP, I'm not going to spend it. So I'm going to have 5 source left. Yeah, there's no point in spending this CP, the source. What I did was I spent 4 source to get 2 more CP. I'm not using the CP, so I'm not going to spend the 4 source. It's simple math, kids. When that refractor goes away, I think that's when it'll make sense to do portal. Or I mean, at that point, it's so close. Who cares? Nah, I need to. It could matter. It could save a couple of turns. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I could do portal. I could do portal. Yeah, we'll work it out. I could do a portal here, and then comes out over here, which is almost as good as that, because that has Riftwalk. So I kind of like that. I'm going to spend the 3, and we're going to get a portal here. So it has Naroran Rift. Naroran Rift gives me the ability to use Riftwalk. So Naroran Rift. Naroran units may move onto this chip as if it were a Path X. Units may move onto the Spire or teleported to another chip or Spire of your choice with Naroran Rift or Riftwalk if able. If the destination chip is currently occupied by another unit or group of units, those units are defeated. Defeating opposing groups' units this way grants the reward for only the top unit. This will come in and go here. All right, the Brawnen are first. The builder's going to move 3. Now, if the builder, it's an upgraded builder. If it ends adjacent to a source well, what it will do is it will actually, it will build a dispatch platform, which I don't hate, and then it will actually demote. And if it gets to another source well, it will just go away and build another dispatch platform. And I think I might actually just let that happen because I don't really feel like dealing with this dude. So Architect's going to go 1, 2, 3. It's adjacent to that. It's going to build a dispatch platform. It comes in, oh, no attack chips, just a range chip. And then it demotes. And I have no more dispatch platforms, so it actually can't do that again. Excellent. The Forsaken, the top Forsaken doesn't move. It doesn't attack. It does move. It's moving 2. The second one doesn't move. It doesn't move. It just stays in the Fortress Gate. All right. The Naroran's turn. And Voss is like, I feel like a new man. And he's going to go 1. Nope. We're going to have him at the bottom. Otherwise, he's going to get sucked back into the vortex. Oh, he's moving 3. No, we'll have him come out. So 1, 2, 3. The combatant's going to go 1, 2. And the evangelist just moves 1. Again, since they always displace, if Envas only had 2 movement and I moved him first, yet these guys' movement would actually push him back in the fortress, which would have been bad. Drang's going to go after the minions move. She's going to go 1, 2, and she's going to attack. Well, Spire's fire, no Spire's fire. No Spires are in range. She's going to defeat the dispatch platform. That gives me 3 source. And since she defeated it, again, we ignore upgrade capacity and we alternate between attack and range. I'm taking an attack first. I think that's right. Someone can tell me in the chat if they have a different opinion. And so we had 12. I spent 3, 3, and 4. So 10. I get 3. I'm back to 5. Assuming my math from last round was right, but apparently I think I messed up somewhere along the line, and hopefully it was to my detriment, not my favor. All right, because if it was in my favor, I'd be like, you cheated. Yeah, I know. Architect's gonna go. Architect, upgraded Architect had a movement of 2. Downgraded Architect only has a movement of 1. Upgraded Architect had a movement of 3. It downgraded when I put this display platform on the board, and so now it has a movement of 2. So, by the way, let's talk about objectives. I need to defeat 3 Brawnen Spires with Brawnen units under my control. That was 1. So I need to do 2 more of those. I need to defeat 3 Brawnen minions with Brawnen minions that are under. Oh, I need to defeat 3 Brawnen minions with Brawnen minions that are under my control. I haven't done any of that yet. And then I need to, in the single wave, which is super hard, and then I need to defeat the Brawnen Fortress Great with Drang while she's under my control. That is, the last 2 are definitely a wave 5 thing. Let me check the time. All right, we're killing it. Woof. All right, we're sorry, a little distracted. All right, we're back. So we are going to have to do all of that. So, the Brawnen's turn. The Builder's going to go 1, 2. The Forsaken is going to roll the die, see if it does anything. It does. It moves. It does not attack. We will have it move this way. Oh, do I want to put a portal there? That could be interesting. Getting another range should be interesting too. And this Forsaken, we'll see if this guy moves. It doesn't move. He's just, nope, not moving. Just going to stay where I am. I'm cozy and comfortable. Why would I move? Drang's going to move 1, 2. Now she has 2 attack chips, so her attack is now a 3, which is kind of nice. The combatant, though, and Voss is going to move 1. He immediately goes to gate port. 2, 3. Combatant is going to go 1, 2. Rift walk, and the evangelist is going to move nice and slow 1 and 2. Drang is going to no spires are firing at us. Drang is going to attack and kill the Grizzled Oak because again she's doing an attack of 3 now. Since she defeated something, she gets a level up. We're going to give her a ranged upgrade, so now she has range 3, and I can build a spire. Don't mind if I do. I will take, because that is the reward for defeating the Grizzled Oak. I will take a portal, and we will put that over here. Great. The Brawnen go 1, 2 for the Architect, 1, 2 for the Forsaken, and rolling this die. Oh, the Forsaken doesn't attack, he does move. And then this Forsaken, it doesn't attack, but it does move. It's out the gate. But yeah, they have done no attacks at all yet. They're just never attacking. All right. Well, we'll see how this goes. And Voss is gonna go 1, 2, 3. Combatant is going 1, 2, And the Evangelist is going 1, 2. I really want this Refractor to go away because I want the Forsaken to attack the Combatant, and then the Combatant retaliates for 4, which is nutty. Because he only... Oh, it will attack 4 no matter. Yeah, because we have to kill one of these Forsakens, and then I want to possess... Then I want to convert the other, for sure. I never moved Drang. She can move after the minions. Now she has a range of 3. She's going to take out the bottom fortification chip. The Brawnen are going to go 1, 2. Forsaken's going to go 1, 2. The Architect is getting attacked by this Refractor. It still has 1 attack chip, and then by this Refractor. So we're doing 3 attack dice against the Builder, the Architect. Architect's down to 1 health. It's going to attack a Spire. It can defeat. It's attacking the Refractor. Refractor out, back here. So now I have room 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have room for, I can put 1 more Spire on the board. Just making sure I didn't cheat that. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5, 6. I could do 1 more Spire. We have an attack upgrade there. The Brawner, they're going to go. The Combatant can't move. The Evangelist is going to go here. And the Anvas is going to go... Did we wipe out this Dispatch platform? I think so. Spires, there's 4 Spires. Rough. Oh, I have to roll to see if this guy moves. He might not move. He doesn't move, because of course he doesn't. This guy will see if he moves. He does move, he doesn't attack, so he's there. He's Dicer. It's like a hitch in like the normal actions. But I've moved everybody else. Anvas is definitely not attacking the Forsaken now. So it does take that off the equation. Drang's going to chill where she is. Yeah, they're not going to move. So we're going to attack. We're going to get rid of this range upgrade. The Evangelist is going to kill the Architect. And that's how many swords? That's 2 swords. It gets me up to 7. We're going to go now with the... Again, if there are no other minions on the board, the round would end, other than the Forsaken, the round would end now. Obviously, we still have 2. Once the Evangelist converts, though, that's no longer true. So we're going to want to kill one of these Forsakens and then kind of leave the other. And just have them at full health for next turn, which would be super helpful to, again, try to accomplish the objective number 2. All right. The Forsaken are going to go. We're rolling a die. Forsaken moves, doesn't attack. This Forsaken moves and attacks, except it doesn't. Brawn in turn. The Combatant's going to go 1, 2. The Evangelist is going 1, 2. Oh, I hate that. We have to convert that guy now. Woof. Well, that's not great. One, 2. After movement, the Evangelist is converting the Forsaken. Otherwise, he would have to attack him. There's no other place I can move him that would make progress. So that is unfortunate. I had to move him there. The Combatant was here. Yeah, he couldn't. Well, technically he could move there and go this way. Movement gets funny with the rift walks and stuff, like what is making progress. I don't think the evangelist going towards that rift walk is going to count as making progress in this turn, because it ends the turn further away from the fortress than it starts. Now, if I had moved the combatant here, that does get it closer to the fortress than it starts. So that would be legit. But I don't think that's great. We're going to put the combatant here and the evangelist here and hope this dude doesn't attack next turn. But the only minion now on the board that's not a Forsaken is, for the purposes of triggering endgame, is going to be the combatant. The Brawnen go. I could just wipe out Voss. No, that was the Brawnen's turn. Right. Drang didn't move. She's going to attack this. Now, before I can do anything, I will have to roll this die. So there's a chance that, again, I'm not doing much on my turns with the Forsaken. So we'll see. But it's now the Brawnen's turn. The Brawnen are going to go. They're not attacking. They are moving, which is perfect. They're going to go 1, 2. Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I go there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not good. Oh, but his terrain allotment is water? Really? Why did I always think they were a path? So that's fine. We'll just move him here. He's going to go 1, 2. That's totally... He has to make max progress using all his movements, so he'll just go there. He can just walk over water, baby. He is... It's a very big dude floating in the middle of oceans. I guess the idea is he's so big, he's like he's like walking along the bottom of the lake, which is funny. All right. Well, I'm going to use my heroes first. So 1, 2, 3, and then Drang will stay there. Now she'll come 1. She'll just move 1 because she can. See if I move my Forsaken. Forsaken moves and attacks like normal. So 1, 2. Combatant's going to move 1, 2. The combatant is attacking the Forsaken for 4. Forsaken's down to 3 health. Forsaken retaliates for 4. The combatant is down to 2 health. Drang will wipe out that. And on Voss. No. Drang will wipe out that, and then Voss is going to chill there. We're going to go to the Brawnen's turn. Or the Brawnen's turn. We're going to see if this guy moves. He does move and attack normally. 1, 2. My Refractor is going to attack him there. 2 damage. Forsaken's down to 1 health. Narora's turn. And Voss is going to go 1, 2, 3. I think that's reasonable. If he gets taken out, so be it. Drang's going to go 1. The Forsaken, we'll see if he moves and attacks. He does not move. He does attack, but he has nothing to attack next to him. So that's fine. We actually could have moved Drang here. We're still worried about that. That's the problem. This Lance Launcher is attacking on Voss, hoping he survives. 2 damage, and Voss survives with 1 health. And Voss is going to do 1 damage to the Lance Launcher. And then Drang is going to do... Actually, I might just leave that on the board. Yeah, Drang is going to do 1 damage to that. And remember, this siege tower, it has range of natural range of 1 and then 2 range upgrades, so 2, 3, but still not close enough to get to on boss. Again, on boss, we just wanted to get this down to 1. If we get this down to 1, it's going to give us a lot of CP. We'll have a lot of options next turn. Forsaken for the Brawnen's going to go now. He's going to move and attack like normal. This refractor rolls 2 dice. 1 damage. Forsaken's out. 4 source gets us up to 11. And he'll go here. Cool. All right. We go to wave 5. We're going to roll the event die. I rolled a 6. I've rolled a 4 through a 6 every freaking... Oh, the combatant's still on the board. My heroes go into campfire mode, so they can't attack. I did roll a 6. I'll worry about that later. I guess that's a weird rule. So the evangelist cannot prevent the triggering. So the Forsaken's not the only minion on the board. The combatant's still there. All right, that's right. So we're going to do this die with the Forsaken. He can move but not attack. So he's going to go 1, 2. The combatant's going to go 1, 2. No one's attacking the combatant. Remember, the spires cannot attack my heroes. They cannot attack or be attacked. They're totally in campfire mode. The combatant's going to kill this dispatch platform. That gets me 3 more source. Remember, I've only defeated 1 spire with units under my with Brawnen units under my control, so I just have to do 2 more. It should not be too big of a deal, but it's something to be aware of. The Forsaken's going to roll a die. Well, the combatant's going to go. The combatant's going to displace Drain. Remember, the heroes can never stop you from moving. They can never stop the minions from moving. So 1, 2. The combatant should get destroyed by the lance launcher now. The Forsaken's going to see if he has a turn. The Forsaken will have a full turn. It's going to go 1 and 2, and it will be right there. 2, 3, that's fine. It's out of range. The lance launcher is going to attack the combatant. Woof. I really need the Forsaken not to move next turn. Yikes. Well, we have a hero there, which could suck up some damage. There's 2 siege towers. That's not great. So the lance launcher is attacking the combatant. Only 1 damage. Combatant's still alive. Oh, this is not ideal. The combatant's going to take off this damage chip. I really did not want the combatant to still be alive. That's fine. Next turn, the combatant's going to go 1, 2. Forsaken's going to go. Are we moving and attacking? We're not moving. We're staying right the heck there, which is perfect. The combatant's going to attack by this, this, and this. So 4 dice against it. It's super dead. That, my friends, is finally the end of the round. Take 2. Now, remember, what did I roll? I rolled the... I rolled a 6 again because that's all I roll. So this siege tower gets an upgrade and this siege tower gets an upgrade. They have 4 towers left on the board, and I could spend 4 source to get 2 more 2 more CP. So that's fine. We're gonna roll the event die. I already did that. I rolled a 6. We're gonna keep that. Of course, that was a 3. Market phase is gonna be as normal. This should flip. These come off. 2 heroes and a spire, not helpful, and I don't want that either. So market phase is done. Build phase for the Brawnen, they would build a siege tower on a Fortress Sportswell. There is none. Or they construct a lance spire instead. I'm assuming it's the lance launcher spire instead on the Fortress Sourcewell. And since there are no Fortress Sourcewells, I'm not building anything. That should have been a little clearer. But, you know, take another step in line. for things that should have been clearer. And if you are a thing that should have been clearer, take a number and step in line. Hopefully they'll be clarified at some point in the future. All right, prep phase. We're going to get 4 CP. I'm going to spend 4 source to get 6 CP. And that's fine. And we're going to have an architect. Upgraded architect comes in with 4 health. We have a source siege comes into play with 5 health. And we have 2 regular ages. Now the source siege is going to have a battleborn under it. It's upgraded. And the aegises are both upgraded. So there's a timing issue that's super tricky because we're trying to defeat 3 spires with, Drang really at this point. And then we need to defeat 3 minions this wave with the Forsaken and any other minion that we might take control over. And remember, they only have 5 minions in play. So there's going to be, again, a super timing issue. And then we need to end the round with Drang doing the final blow to the Fortress Gate. If Drang somehow, doesn't survive, like if all the minions are killed too early, is what I should say, then we won't have the opportunity to strike the final blow to the Fortress Gate with Drang. So again, we have to kind of time that well. We have 10 CP left. I already spent 4 on other assorted things. I'm going to spend 3 CP to get a portal just to give me some options. And that's my 6th spire. I could not build another spire even if I wanted to. I don't, but if I wanted to, I couldn't. Makes it easy. I'm going to spend... I don't even need to spend source on that. That's crazy. Remember, I have 3 with connected, so I have... basically, I could add 1 more upgrade chip to all these dudes. Which I don't feel the need to do that right now. That doesn't do much for me. Yeah, those are both. This is Baza. Baza was a weird part of the Narora story, although he's not fully Narora. He's, I guess like a proselyte. All right. I'm gonna with my 6 CP, because 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2 combatants out. Thank you for your service. I'm gonna get 2 mediums, and they're both gonna have possess. Whose head hurts? Mine does a little bit. I could take one of these dudes back. There's no point, so I actually didn't even need to get level 3 of the graves. Madi, combatant can attack. It only retaliates. It is fair fight. Huh? Its attack stat is equal to that of the unit it is attacking or retaliating against. I think that's wrong, Madi. It can also... Oh, it can't attack a spire because the spires don't have an attack value. Correct. It can attack a unit, but not a spire. So it was absolutely fine for its attack. It doesn't only retaliate. That's wrong. But it can attack the spire. This unit attack stat is equal to the stat to that of the unit it is attacking or retaliating against. So the only thing that was totally wrong here is that I shouldn't have. There should be another attack chip on that lance launcher. But I should not have, because there's no attack stat for the lance launcher. It can only attack units, and the units its attack stat is equal to that of the unit it's attacking. But yeah, most of the time it's just retaliating. But yeah, it's a good catch on that. So this lance launcher actually has 1 more health, which could be a wee bit unfortunate. All right, these guys are no longer in campfire mode, so I'll take those stones off of them. And the Brawnen, the Narora are starting this beast. I forget how it works. I don't really want to cramp their style. Oh, they have so many friggin' attack chips. Yeah, second for second is okay. You should have 1 more CP. No. Oh, did I wipe this out? With the combatant? If I wiped that out with the combatant, but that like literally just had, it was like a dispatch platform with like a range chip. I think that's right. So I'd have 3 less source actually, and 1 more CP, but it's kind of useless. My big concern right now is the Forsaken is about to. If I roll that unruly die badly, I'm in real trouble. He has to make progress, so he has to go there. The fact that I kept rolling 6s is absolutely bananas. I mean, it's another with only range. Yeah, it should be in the game. Yeah, cool. Thanks, dude. Got it. Was on top of it. Kind of. I have these possess. I want one of these really needs to like break through and just run the gamut. If the Forsaken's in the way, if the 4 freaking dice coming at it, oh, it's so bad. If the Forsaken's in the way, can they even? Can you just like force them to stay in the fortress gate? Like if they don't have a place to move, I think they're just stuck, which is nuts. Fortress gate. Opponent units may target your fortress gate with their attacks. So yeah, so I can attack their top unit instead of the gate. I want them to start coming out so Forsaken can retaliate against them is what I want to do. All right, we're gonna go 1, 2. I'm gonna roll. I'll move Drang after I move the rest of these. I'm gonna roll this die. Please no movement. Ugh, full turn. Of course. Oh, that made no sense. Because if I rolled that anyway, yeah, well, fine, we'll do this. 1, 2, move and attack normally. We're gonna go here because I'm not saving him any attacks anyway. Because if even if it was here, everything else has range. Yeah, we're doing that. On Voss is gonna go 1 to be within range of that siege tower. So 1, 2, 3, and Drang is going to move 1. Her range is 1, 2, 3 because she has this range upgrade. But if we really want to defeat, I could defeat that and get another range upgrade, which is awesome. All right. Spire. Oh, I have to move these guys. So I shouldn't have moved Drang until I move these guys. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. The spires are gonna fire. This spire has 3 attack upgrades. It's attacking on Voss because it can't attack on Voss because on Voss is flying. So this siege tower, this siege tower. I have to have the Forsaken survive at least a couple turns. I'm going to move Drang here. And she can take a hit. So they're going to prioritize heroes they can defeat. This Lance Launcher has air defense. It's going to attack Anvase. It's rolling 3 dice. Anvase, thanks for playing. Ooh, 5 damage. You you gone. Go hit the showers, kid. Thanks for playing. I will miss you. Please remember me fondly. All right, so this one is out. I'll just, remember that. This tower and this tower can only reach the Forsaken, so that's going to be 2 attack dice total against the Forsaken. 2 damage. Forsaken is down to 5 health. And now this Lance Launcher is going to roll 2 dice against Drang. 1 damage. She just loses the bottom fortification chip. Drang is going to defeat this Lance Launcher. That gives me 8. And that's going to give me another range upgrade. No. That's going to give it an attack upgrade. Right, because I defeated 2 things already. I got attack, I got a range. We get another attack upgrade. So now she's attacking 4, but her range is still the same. And the Forsaken's doing 4 damage. It's attacking the top unit on the stack. We defeat the Builder. That is 8. That gets me to 10 CP. It doesn't retaliate. I think the top unit on the Fortress Grate can actually now attack. Units on the Fortress Grate are inactive, and they cannot use their talents, but they will retaliate damage equal to their attack stat to the first adjacent opposing unit that attacks them this way each turn. Wow, so they can't even attack. They're just totally stuck. Wild. All right, but that is 1 Brawnen minion that I defeated with a Brawnen minion under my control for this wave. That was the second Spire I defeated with a Brawnen unit under my control in the game. So we have 2 toward objective 1, we have 1 toward objective 2, and we have to defeat the Brawnen gate to end the game to finish to objective 3. All right. The Brawnen go, they can't do anything. That's their entire turn. These guys are inactive. Done. This is out of the game. Out and out. Woof. I cannot take too much. Oh, I got the health there. If I rolled a 4, that's a disaster. So the Narora go, the Forsaken die. It can move a normal turn, because of course it can. Forsaken's going to take 4 attacks. Oh, so bad. I can't have Drain get attacked anymore. Woof. Was this the Battleborn? Drain's gonna back up. Oh man. If I get a big roll against this Forsaken, that'd be super bad. So he can move and attack like normal. He moves 0. The mediums are gonna just slow roll this, because I don't know if they're that eager to get into that mess. So they're going. Man. I'm in a pickle. Hello, this is me in a pickle. I mean, I could do a 3 attack against Drang. It's just super dangerous. She has some cushion. Oh, I'd have to. Because they will absolutely prioritize a hero they can damage. Oh, that's a problem. Ah, man, I guess I kept rolling sixes. It's so stupid. They've absolutely prioritized a hero they can damage. This dude has 3 range, so that gets to her, that gets to her. But it can't, could it defeat her? This could defeat her if it rolls perfect. This could not, but it also couldn't defeat the Forsaken. If I attack the Forsaken for 1 there, maybe get that and then take the 3 here. If I do 4 attack dice on her, Forsaken stays alive. I kill this, but then Drang is a sitting duck for the next round. Then the Source Siege has friggin' 4 range. Oh, this is bad, dude. This is really bad. Puzzle it out, Greg. 4. Killing that Lance Launcher was a mistake. That 1 attack is not my problem. So that should be down to 3. I could have taken 1 die away from here. It's 4 dice against the Forsaken. If I move 3 against Drang, Forsaken still is doing the right thing by attacking those guys. We got to get to that 3 renown. She doesn't have friggin' terrain allotment for water. She does not have terrain allotment for water. Oh, the Forsaken can move in here. What does that do? It opens up the Source Siege. I'm not sure that's great. It's an optional adjacent movement. If we move him here, we have to move all minions before I move Drang. They're going to go slow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Using the portal right now doesn't make any sense until I get more clarity over here. Let the Source Siege out. And then Drang can take those 3 attack. That 1 attack. Yeah, because in a Lance Launcher, it won't attack at all. Which, if I'm going to do that, we could actually move the Forsaken over there. But then it makes sense to kill that Lance Launcher. Alright, there's the puzzle. It made sense to kill that Lance Launcher. We get the 3 source there, because now I could just get not adjacent to this sucker and won't have to worry about it. So then Drain could come over here. And then, nope, that's too many attacks. Drain will come here. She's not getting attacked at all. Fortress Gate, can I attack the Source Siege? I don't think I can with Drain. Unless I was super adjacent. Source Siege. Where was that? Rules reference. Fortress Gate. Attacking. If you have a deployment stack on your Fortress Gate when it is attacked, you may choose to direct the attack damage to the topmost unit of the deployment stack instead of to your gate. Damage cannot be dealt to the Fortress Gate or the units on it through any other means aside from the attacks or talents they specifically say they deal damage to the gate. Damage dealt to the gate from a talent cannot be directed to units on your Fortress Gate. Damage dealt to a Fortress Gate is marked by... What? Another distress platform with long range. You don't have to make the full progress if you don't want to. You can move Forsaken efficiently and progress only 1. Can I? Really? Based on what? He's a minion. Is that just staying ruly? Minions have to move at... I thought minions have to move up to full, I thought. You cannot attack the unit of the point stack of AI. The damage is to the Fortress Gate. You can move Forsaken laterally in planes and drain back so the Spire doesn't attack at all, but you open up the path. Oh, crap. So the Architect's in. That changes things. So two less lords. Dear God. So, okay, so in a solo game, I guess if I was controlling the Brawnen and someone attacked... Right, so I could have technically gone here with the Forsaken. We did all those attacks like normal. I could have gone on Voss there, so the attacks were the same. It doesn't matter. Then I guess... I mean, I need these guys to come out. Yeah, I don't want the Forsaken attacking the gate right now. It doesn't help. That doesn't help. So I don't kill the Lance Launcher either. This just had 1 attack chip. I let the Architect come out, attack the Forsaken retaliates. That gives me 1. And then I hope to be able to do the rest. I don't think I'm going to get all 3. Drain steps back because it's safer. And then we just kill the Lance Launcher. That was 3. On the Brawnen turn now. And that's my second thing killed. On the Brawnen turn, the Builder comes out. And then the Builder attacks the Forsaken. The Forsaken retaliates, wipes out the Builder with the 4 attack. Forsaken's down to 3 health. Forsaken moves here. Drang will come 1, 2. Just kind of staying out of range now. Just a totally different approach. Forsaken's probably getting wiped out, although maybe not. And then the lance launcher. Oh, but then the Forsaken's gonna get destroyed with 5 attack chips. That's fine. It's kind of the best I can do. These guys already moved. And I'll just move Drang. She has range 2, range 3. When she wiped that thing out, she would have gotten another range upgrade. So she has range 1,000,000,000. She has range, but she only can move 2. She was here, she went here. So 5 dice against a Forsaken. Forsaken is very much out of the game. That means the Evangelist is out of the game. Man, it's like these dice rolls have been max pain as far as having to think through this. And then the Drang is going to go ahead and wipe out this Lance Launcher. So that gives her another upgrade. We'll take another attack chip. And that's going to be 3 more Source, gets me up to 11. So if we think about it now, we have done 3 Spires. We've defeated 1 Heirs unit. And it's going to be pretty easy to do the last blow to the thing with Drang. The question is, can we use our mediums to take turns to gain control of one of these dudes enough to kill the other 2? And that's going to be real hard. I mean, the Battleborn, just with the way Retaliate works. But if we can set it up with Drang, there's a chance. There's definitely a chance. All right, the Source Siege is going to come out. It's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's attacking Drang anyway. We might as well have just had her here because it's range 4. The Aegis is going to come out 1. The other Aegis is going to stay. The Source Siege is attacking. Does 2 damage to Drang. Drang's going to retaliate for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. And now we just have the Battleborn. Again, it's not a minion, so it does not count toward our limit. Since she defeated that, she gets a range upgrade. And we don't pay any attention to upgrade limitations, which is bananas. Super Drang. That's there. Drang's turn. So she's doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage every time she attacks, and she has range 1,000,000,000. So she's just going to back up here. The Battleborn, and she's going to back up here. The medium's going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Drang's going to attack the gate, gets it down to 5 health. She takes 1 damage. She'll have 2 left. The Battleborn's moving 1, 2, 3. Aegis is moving 1, 2. Aegis moving 1, just 1 and 1. The problem is Drang cannot be part of these attacks because she's too damn strong. And the armored is a serious issue. Can I build another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Nope, I can't. I can't. Yeah, there's no way. Not with this armored. Not with this armored and the lack of other spires. If I could build a spire that can maybe do a ticky-tack damage there. But Drang's doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Even with armored, it actually is enough to kill it. You can't do like half damage. So if I'm attacking, it's all or nothing. So the medium's gonna go 1, 2, 3. This medium goes 1, 2, 3. Medium is going to possess. When the Battleborn takes damage, it will go to the medium instead. Oh, that's interesting. That gives us a chance, actually. The Brawnen's turn. Aegis moves 1. Aegis moves 1. Battleborn's turn. 1, 2. It's attacking the Aegis. Battleborn moves 3. So 1, 2, 3. Medium goes 1, 2, 3. Because we're possessing it now, so we can just take its turns for it. The Battleborn's attacking the Aegis. It only 1 goes through. The Aegis retaliates for 2 damage. This medium. Two, 3. Yeah, that medium. If I could have gotten that medium in range, could have been a little bit better. I can't let the Aegis attack Drain because she would not survive. Yeah, that armored is impossible. It's not gonna happen. There's no way I can make the math work. I mean, possess 2 damage. If Drang had 1 less upgrade, I could have chosen not to upgrade her. A couple, but that changes the math of everything else. So there's no easy way to go back and recreate that. Getting the Source Siege out of there was important. So, and I didn't have another Evangelist, which is a problem. Which is a problem. It's almost like one of the guys I possess has to attack the Battleborn. What I'm not sure about is like when the Aegis. So the Aegis attacks the Battleborn comes back. Does the Battleborn then finish out the rest of its turn? Which is where this possessed stuff is like just never fully defined. In a way that's a little bit annoying. Gain control when the unit's health is defeated. Is defeated instead. When this unit is defeated, return control of the opposing unit. So I guess it would come in and then have an attack, which means that this medium's in trouble. Which means that I should go here instead. All right, so how this is going to work? The Aegis is going to come in. This Aegis can't move. This Aegis comes in. This Aegis attacks, is 2 damage. It kills the medium. And now the Battleborn's done after the movement phase. But I come in, Battleborn. Hold on 1 sec. I felt the sneeze coming. It went away. Yeah, I mean, this medium comes in and possesses. It doesn't matter. I cannot do it with the 3 Brawnen. Because then this guy comes in and goes, he only moved 2 with a 3. He can possess the Battleborn. Battleborn does 2 damage to the Aegis. Aegis retaliates 2 damage to the medium. Yeah, that armored is saving the day. Their turn. Well, Drang would have had a move to get the heck out of the way. Their turn. The Aegis is going to attack. It kills the medium. And Drang would have had to go out of the way this way. And this Aegis. Is that progress? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if I moved here, yeah, he would move here to make progress. for sure. Okay. So then we would add it. We could just have to do this the long way now. Drang's gonna go 1-2. Battleborn 1-2-3. Aegis 1. Drang's gonna go 1-1-2. Battleborn 1-2-3. Aegis 1. Drang's gonna go 1-2. And then she has range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's gonna attack. She does 5 damage. We've done that. We take a health, 2 renown, because we accomplished 1 and 3. We just did not accomplish 2. Having the in some, like, combatant was big. In some ways, there were just too many turns. Basically, my Forsaken got too close, and I kept beefing up these siege towers way too much. I mean, if the siege towers only had, like, if they had one, that's 2 less attacks coming at the Forsaken. I have 2 less attack dice being rolled at the Forsaken. I could have kept him alive longer, and then you just start, eliminating the stack of minions. Instead, I was only able to get the builder knocked out, and then the rest of it, when I'm just dealing with two mediums as opposed to being able to attack with the Forsaken, it's just too much. The one time I got that was basically the Forsaken survived long enough that he was just really able to pound on retaliates, and he wiped out both Aegises. And then I think I let it was like the Siege Storm and the Battleborn just kind of just stayed up there, but I had enough. Again, we have enough attack upgrades with Drang that it wasn't really a problem. Again, I'm still not sure that Drang should have all those upgrades. I'm pretty sure that's correct. It's a little strange, and it definitely plays a little weird. You could move medium through the portal in the middle and come to Aegis from the other side. I mean, I'm curious to see how that plays out. I think the math is still terrible. If you have that, and a Battleborn, it'd have been 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. My mediums are here. Remember, I did open up the gate on the first turn, so the builder came out. Battleborn didn't get out till turn 2. So this is basically turn 2 for the Brawnen. By this point, where the heck's my medium? Where's my medium? For educational purposes only. By this point, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I can max out there. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's the end of 2 turns for both sides. The third turn, medium can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Battleborn 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. My problem is, if I let this Battleborn go nuts, I need the Battleborn to be part of the solution, some way, somehow. So maybe I go 1, 2, 3, possess, and then 1, 2, 3. Move. It's just too much. Remember, if I'm close, I gotta worry about those suckers too. 1, 2, 3. That's progress. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Do I just take? They should have 4 health each. if I take one attack from the Battleborn, does that help? Just to slow things down, let the Aegises get out a little bit more. So the Battleborn goes 1-2. It attacks. Medium's down to 2 health. The medium, after movement, it can't make progress this way because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would be a lateral move. So I'm going to stay here. After my movement, we possess. These guys would have moved. No, they moved their 3 at this point. Yeah, because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 attack. This medium will go 1. 3, 1, 2, 3. I think it could go 1, 2, 3, and that's still progress. Right, so this is basically the 4th move. So if we kind of monkeyed around like that, we get the medium here, we get this medium here, we took 1 attack. And after it chose to not move at all because it would have been a lateral move, and then it just kind of possessed. Now the Aegises go 1, 2. That's their 4th turn. Well, really 5th turn, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5th turn for both of us. Remember, the first time the Aegis didn't get out until turn 2. So now the medium goes 1, 2, possess. Battleborn goes 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's just the math is terrible. Because we still need to kill one of these Aegises with possess. Because we attack, retaliate, attack, retaliate, and then I'm not gonna have any control because my guy's already at the thing. I just don't think it. I don't think the math's there. Not with the Aegis, because killing one of those Aegises when it's gonna have to retaliate too. I think the only thing I'd have done if I had the foresight to be like, all right, well, how do I play this whole round? And I max out Drang at 4 attack, because 4 attack does no, that still kills the Aegis. You have to max out Drang at 3 attack, because armor would only absorb 1, and Drang with 3 attack is not what we need, because she's not going to have enough health to stand that many attacks against the Fortress Gate, and I really don't know what else could actually have gotten there, especially with those siege towers being as powerful as they are. So Madi says 2 renown is still really good for the scenario. It is really tough. Yeah, it's just a lot. I mean, the rules overhead for this one is borderline for me. And I think it's like if I had been playing this game a lot recently, I think it would have been a lot more enjoyable. I did find this one like, all right, what the heck's going on? I do think that's cool in the sense that they're giving you a scenario to really learn the idea of control. But if you're going to do that, I would appreciate, a little bit more rule clarity. I don't know. I mean, there's some parts of the scenario that I'm still not sure. Like, had I rolled again the event dice, the build phase, even, if both those are full, I'm assuming the way it should be, like, if none are available, if both Sea Tower Spires are full, then don't build anything. If none are, or it says none about, so the none I'm assuming is about the Sea Tower, not the spaces. That's a little weird. It's unclear whether Drain can keep upgrading even after she's converted. I assume the only way this scenario is beatable is if she and get 3 renown is that she can be, but then that starts looking a little bit like strange and kind of, that's a weird thing. Are we supposed to start with the attack upgrade for the range upgrade? I mean, if you're giving me a fine-tuned puzzle, but you don't give me fine-tuned rule sets, there's always going to be that element of like, So for me, like, I really like scenario 2. Scenario 3, I think, could be awesome. it's a lot. There's a lot of mental overhead, and there's a lot of rules, and there's a lot that you're trying to stay on top of. And obviously, doing all of that when I haven't played this game as much recently as I had hoped, or as I normally would, even just with like the holidays and stuff. You kind of made it a bit rough. Excited about Speed the Crusade, and I think that it looks like a really cool map setup for anyone who hasn't seen it. So like I'm excited to do that. I think the Grove Tenders will be good to kind of get back into some things, and then we'll finish out the Narora and get to the Grove Tenders. I assume the rules overhead will get a little bit better for the Grove Tenders. The Narora were definitely, they're super fun. They were easily the hardest faction to learn, and I think that bears out with everything else that I've read. But I could definitely see some people just like clicking with them right off the bat, and that's freaking awesome. So, and then the rest of this book after we get through the Grove Tenders is just the endless mode. I will probably do that um, at some point. I'll probably be a little bit more eager to jump into the Greege, and then Horizon's Wrath, and then um the last one, the other one, the Uprising. So I'll probably be eager to jump into those. But Endless Mode will happen at some point, and then we have all the cooperative scenarios, which I'm eager to check those out as well. So this is a very cool scenario. Probably not going to be one of my favorites, I think, just because some of the quirks with it. But especially if I had been playing the Aurora a lot, like if I had just like gone right from chapter 1 to chapter 2, it's like great, jump into chapter 3. I think it would have been a little bit easier to kind of take on the mental overhead for sure. John Landy says Narora 4 is crazy hard. Cool. I'm excited. This is me being excited. Yay! All right, we have to defeat both the Western outposts at least once, both the Eastern outposts at least once, and move Anjaban adjacent to the Grove Tender Fortune Grate. Anjaban? Really? That guy? Anjabin. I don't know. I can't pronounce any of these freaking things right, dude. Anjabin. I like Anjabin. Anjabin's fun. All right. Yeah, I dig. I think if I had one more renown incident in wave 4, just the way it played out, I think it would have been a lot more interesting and a lot better. I can't, because I needed the combatant, but if I had one more CP, not renown, if I had one more CP, I bring in a medium in wave 4. I probably could have possessed, but then the medium still wouldn't have allowed for the end of round to trigger. It's tough, man, because you need to have one evangelist for Drang. You have only one evangelist left, which you have to use for one of the Forsakens. So then you're just left trying to figure out where these mediums fit in. And yeah, that was just it got really hard. It got really hard. And again, like the dice rolls did me no favors. Just like because this siege tower, remember when it came in, it was just that. So if I have siege towers that are literally, I don't have to worry about that siege tower at all, and all we have is the one attack chip over here. Oh, and this had a second one, so that came in like that. Don't forget, and then we added the siege tower chip. That got built with nothing, and then we added another siege tower chip. So if we were rolling 1s instead of 6s, that's a freaking much different game altogether. I'm pretty sure we get the 3 renown pretty easily. I mean, it really just comes out to those event die rolls, and those events were just game-breakingly bad. Greege is amazing. I recently brought the expansions. I already love them. Greege is awesome, says John. Awesome. You guys got me excited. Yeah, I've heard really good things about the Greege. Narora, I heard, a lot of, I mean, you could see the power, right? I've definitely seen arguments that they could be the strongest faction because they have so many answers, but they do require, an experienced player with Narora can do some really freaking cool and powerful things. I mean, stasis is like a mechanic I barely used. It just looks pretty awesome. You know, the portal thing is so crazy because you can just get friggin' everywhere once you kind of establish any kind of control on the map. You know, having the arc light is really cool. You know, just with the three, yeah, with the arc bright with the three range, like right off the bat is like super cool. There's just a lot of really strong things. I don't think I've ever purchased Bidra. I mean, that's a lot of CP, but you know, just reading her description, it's like, yeah, I understand why she costs 8 CP for sure. The ways that they have to get source is pretty cool. I mean, there's all the mechanics with the Fanatic Tower. You know, if you can really start generating that source, I mean, you can see the power that's there. So lots of cool things to like about the Narora for sure. So I've enjoyed this little deep dive into them, probably more than the heirs. The heirs, I get so sick of saying Elfin Kazi. But I'll be back with them at some point for sure. But you know, I do think like I don't know, big and dumb is my thing. So the Brawnen were probably the most most fun I had for sure. But yeah, lots of cool things. I love Narora in PvP. Yeah, I need to play more PvP for sure. I played one time. It was terrible. It was just a really bad intro to the game. You know, to the point that I put Cloudspire on the shelf for like 4 months and didn't look at it. I mean, I looked at it. I just did like I'm not taking that out again. I think the again we went through the walkthrough in that rulebook and it's garbage. It's really bad. It was not a fun first experience because if you're playing as the Brawnen, like you're just absolutely toast against anyone who has a brain. The Grove Tenders are just so OP in that setup for sure. So just did not enjoy that at all. It's like, what the hell is this? So I hope they, I don't know. That walkthrough needs to come with a warning. By the way, this is not meant to be a balanced experience because it was not fun. Just getting my head smacked in for an hour. After we finished the walkthrough portion, but yeah, I was like, I'll put this away, and then came back to it and started learning the Brawnen scenarios, and I was like, cool. There's a lot to really love here. You think you think Portal is amazing? Wait till you see Tunnel. You'll probably need Bidger Grant for Narora 4. Awesome. Thank you, John. You get your heroes in and out of tunnels and fortress. It is nuts. Cool. I'm excited, man. This game's crazy in all the best ways. And look at Grandpa Smurf here, just kind of trying to bring some peace and calm, restore order in my basement. I appreciate it. A lot of us think Grove Tenders are worse PvP. Yeah, I could see that, but for new players, I think if you follow the instructions in like their wave 1 that they set out for you, at the end of wave 1, the Grove Tenders have a material advantage and they have a positional advantage. Like, it's really rough, man. I mean, as a chess player, I mean, I used to play a lot of chess. We're like, all right, now what? And they have initiative for wave 2. It's a very strange setup. They kind of leave the Brawnen in a pretty bad spot. I mean, even Steve and I are like, we're new to the game, and it's like, why is it telling me to do this? This just seems like a bad decision. Like, I was intuitively saying I would not play this, this way. And then all of a sudden, like, in the second wave, I mean, he had a couple of lucky rolls. He got a relic card that was like exactly what he needed. So he definitely had some things go his way too, but it was like an absolute ass whipping. And I was like, well, that didn't feel good. So it just wasn't competitive at all. But I mean, it's a first game of anything. Like, part of me needs to get over that. Like when I play a new game, but it was like really stupid. It was like we were both new players, and it was like one of us had a good time, the other one was just like, oh, okay. I was set up to absolutely fail. Tutorial, been a long time since tutorial. But I don't think Goaltenders is good for introduction. I really like them, but I think they are the weakest in earlier waves and crazy strong in later rounds. And there could be that in the tutorial, because the Grove Tenders can be weaker and it can be weak early. The tutorial tries to give them a head start to balance it, but I think with anyone who's like a good gamer, they were given such an advantage that it just made no sense, and I wasn't good enough to have a really strong second wave to overcome. I think now, if you put us in the same situation, the fact that I played so much more, I think it'd be a lot more fun. It'd be an interesting challenge. Love Wavankaye versus new players. I gotta. It's been a while since I looked at the growth tenders, for sure. I mean, other than using all their spires in the Narora one. That was still a crazy. It took me the hardest thing for me to get 3 renown was definitely Narora one. I did that off camera. It took me a long time to get 3 renown in Narora one. So, we'll see. I was surprised I did it on my second try here. I think once you kind of realize, oh, Drain can keep upgrading, like it kind of cheeses. And then once you're using a Forsaken, and I got a lucky sequence with the Forsaken where he just like wiped out 3 units in a row with Retaliate. It was it's just like, oh, you're dead. Oh, you're dead. Oh, you're dead too. It's like, yeah, it was pretty sick. So, but that's that. John, Marty, you guys seem to be the only ones holding down the fort here. I got some friends coming over in a little bit, so I'm going to get going, get my table cleaned off. This was super fun. We'll be back tomorrow and Friday. I'm not sure which order. I have Siege of Valeria coming next couple of days, and I have a playthrough of Set a Watch, my second Set a Watch. So excited about the next 2 days. Next week, you can expect a playthrough of McKee, which I'll really impressed with that game. A little bit of solo worker placement game. That was a review copy from Gigabet Games. Really enjoying that. We'll have Spirit Island. We'll have our next Horizons of Spirit Island Spirit. And then I need to look at the schedule as to what else I'm doing. But I don't know. It's all good stuff, right? Rough idea what you'll do in Narora 4. I'm going to try it. I don't want to take as much of a break from Cloudspire like I did this last time. It was too much to get back into it, but with the holidays and stuff, there was a bunch of games I wanted to get on the channel before the end of the year. I should be doing a Cloudspire about once a month is my goal. So sometime in February is my guess. So I'm going to do like 2 Minute Bones once a month, Cloudspire once a month. That seems like a good schedule for me. As like, again, they're 2 of my 4 go-to games for sure. So yeah, check it out in February. I really want to get through. I mean, there's 12 months. If I can get through the the grove tenders and the greeds by the end of the year, that is definitely my preference. And then I'll just kind of have a lot of time next year to kind of wrap out the rest of the factions. So I'm definitely on the slow track, but it's how I like to explore my games, is slowly over time. There's no rush, kids. No. Unlike No Pun Included, who likes to play all of a game they get in a month and then comes out with a ultimate determination of how bad it is. Because whatever. Oh, that's fine. Anyway, I digress. That was fun. This was fun. Thanks again to Monty for all the help, especially and seeing the things that I was missing. Yeah, live streaming this definitely adds a layer of mental overhead that is it with most games does not bother me. With this game, for some reason, I'm just not at that point where this is in my bones 100% yet. So hopefully we'll get there soon. But thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, whenever that is, happy gaming.
Solo.